Folks, off the bye week, we will see what what's going on with the New York Giants today. In my head, the season is kind of over, but I guess it's not at the same time. But we're kicking off here. I mean, I'm just mostly just watching just to see Tommy DeVito and Kayvon Thibodeau play, and then the rest of the rookies. But I mean, guys, the season's over. We're just seeing where we pick in the draft. Nothing crazy. You got Jordan Love coming out there. 4-1, 11 passing touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in his last 5 games. He's won 3 straight. He's coming out empty. Aziz is out there. Kayvon's out there. Dex is back after missing, I think, last week. I think he only missed the last game. So, yeah, everybody's out there. Adori's out there. Starting off with an end around that gets about 5 or 6 right there from number 11. I have no idea who that is. You're going to have to excuse me with this Packers receiving core. They got Jaden Reed, who just took that handoff. Romeo Dobbs is 87. Dontavion Wicks is number 13. Tucker Kraft is a tight end. So, hey, listen, I mean, Jordan Love is doing it with cafeteria workers. And he's not doing it with the guys that Aaron Rodgers used to have out there. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Packers. Jordan Love in the shotgun. He's got Dobbs in motion, or Dontavion Wicks in motion. And they're going to hand it off to, I think that's A.J. Dillon for a first down. That's like a 7-yard run right there. I'm going to have to pull up the chat on my phone to see what emojis Joe Smo just sent in the chat, because in StreamYard it's not coming through. Let's see. Probably something about football, maybe. Let's see. All right, 1st and 10 for the Packers after 2 quick 5-yard play and a 6-yard play. They're getting the ball out really quickly, and that's going to be Tucker Kraft. He's going to get about 7 yards right there, tackled by McKinney. So 5, 6, and 7. So the next play, they might get 8 yards. And it's funny that the Packers are a possible playoff team, and they're only 2 games ahead of us, which is hilarious because we literally should have won. We literally lost ourselves like 2 or 3 games this year. 2nd and 3 coming for the Packers. And you got a false start right there. So the Packers, for the first time, are going to not go forwards. They're going to go backwards. Screw it. Let's get this W. Listen, man, we're just watching at this point, man. Like, it's just all this about, listen, it's just all about where we're going to pick in the draft at this point. To me, the season has been over in my head. Like, I keep saying, like, I'm going to put out this video. I'm going to put out that video. But, like, the time comes and I'm like, they're not doing anything. Like, they're not doing anything. Like, they're just out there playing, but it doesn't really matter what they do out there. It's not really going to change much of anything. 2nd and 8 coming up. You had a guy offsides, so we're going to undo the false start and give them 5 yards back. And of all people, it's number 98. It's a guy who's not a pass rusher. DJ Davidson. Yeah, DJ Davidson was in the neutral zone, and it's like, it's not like you were going to get pressure, man. Like, why are you trying to get a jump on the snap? Like, you're all in the guy's grill. You made the dude hit himself. That center got so excited to snap that ball, he hit himself. 2nd and 3 coming up. A.J. Dillon in the backfield, taking it to a I formation. Jordan Love, quick throw to Dobbs, and he wasn't ready for it. But that should have been a first down, so they'll have a 3rd and 3 coming up. There's not much resistance so far from the Giants defense. I'm not sure I mean, like, it's a late primetime game. I'm not sure if I want this game. I'm not sure if I want us to get blown out. I'm not sure if I want us to get competitive. But here we go. Jordan Love airmailing it. And the Giants offense is probably going to get a chance to come out there. Let's see if they come off the field. But I'm deciding, like, this is a late game. Like, do I want to get out of here quick and have us get blown out so I can end the stream? Or do I want to see a good game? I mean, I'll let it play out, but I would rather us get blown out in the first quarter than to get blown out in like the third or fourth quarter. And I had to sit through this whole entire game. But let's see what Tommy DeVito on the offense has. They're gonna punt this. Decent punt. Gunnar Olszewski is gonna field that with no issues at the 21. Tommy DeVito and company is coming out. Let's see what they got. I'm looking to see if we can continue to get Jalen Hyatt involved. It has just been an absolute crime this year. What's been going on with Jalen Hyatt? It's like he can just never get the ball. He can never ever just get the ball and I just don't get it, man. They can't get this dude the ball in stride. He literally should have at least like 6 or 7 touchdowns this year, but he's just been underthrown. And the times that he has gotten the ball, it's been because the ball has been underthrown and he's been so wide open that they become hole shots. Exactly. Cook up those cutlets. Yeah, we got to have a good draft. I mean, as long as we don't win a bunch of games, I mean, at most we can afford to win one more game. I'm thinking the Packers are a good team. They're a decent team. So I'm thinking this is a game that we should probably lose, that we should lose on paper. But it's also a winnable game, which is annoying because, as you see, they're already starting off kind of slow. But the Saints could be a game that we might just stumble into winning because the Saints are just, I mean, look at Derek Carr. The Eagles were not beating because now that the Eagles have lost, folks, the Eagles cannot bench their starters that last game unless the rest of these teams in the NFC just start losing out, which I don't expect. So the Eagles aren't going to be able to bench those guys towards the end of this season. Let's see as I pull up the rest of the schedule. The Saints and then the Rams. So, yeah, I don't expect us to beat the Rams either. So the game I can see us winning is the Saints game. And if we only win one more game the rest of this year, we're going to secure that like at least top 7 spot. I just don't want us to get to the point where we're picking like 11 because we just won a couple of meaningless games. But if we win this game and lose out, or if we win next week and lose out, I mean, that works for me. Now, if we lose all of these games and some other teams win some games, then we can get into a point where we're like, at that point, you could be picking top 2 again or top 3 again, which means you're basically guaranteed to have a shot at Jaden Daniels or Drake May, or you can be a lot more flexible right there. But let's just see how it plays out. At the end of the day, I'm not on the field. I can't control any of this stuff. Tommy DeVito. I wonder if Tommy DeVito rides home with his parents, like in like a station wagon at the end of the game. And then we got a drop to start the game off, and that's from Jalen Hyatt, which I never see. Yeah, May did declare for the draft today or yesterday. I think it was today. But, yeah, you got a bad drop from Jalen Hyatt to start this game off. That is very uncharacteristic. This dude he's probably got the best hands on the team as far as receivers go. So that can't happen. 2nd and 10 handoff to Saquon. Saquon's got a hole. And if he didn't get shoestring tackle right there, he might have been running for a lot more than he got right there. This is probably one of the first times in a long time that I've seen Saquon actually be able to get some space to start the game off. Really nice pull by Ben Bredesen. Nice seal off by Andrew Thomas. The tight end looked like he got a good block there. I think they brought in an extra offensive lineman there too, so Nice stuff. Tyree Phillips still starting at right tackle. Saquon leading the NFL in touches finally. I mean, he should. Hand off again to Saquon. He's going to get upfield and he's going to get slammed down after about a half yard. Wire Thomas. And I mean, listen, they're not going to just bench those dudes. They benched Dex last week. We still won the game. It just is what it is right there. Oh, they're not getting Caleb. The first pick is out of pocket at this point. It's not happening. Saquon got slammed down, so I'm not sure if he's hurt or if he's just getting a breather, but I think he's just getting a breather. DeVito taking a shot, and there we go. We got a flag right there as Darius Slayton was getting interfered with. Oh yeah, Sean it's definitely the best for the franchise in the long run. It would have been best if Tommy DeVito would have came in and lost every game, but that's just the reality we're in. They're not going to come in and lose on purpose, so it just is what it is. We can only just hope that they make the right decision with the pick that they have. Luckily, this is a year where, listen, Caleb and Drake May, they could possibly be like generational type quarterbacks, but also the quarterbacks behind them have the potential to be just as good. Like CJ Stroud, I thought would be a really good quarterback, and a ton of people did, but no one thought that he would be as good as he is as a rookie. And I think a lot of these quarterbacks in this draft have that type of potential. So we'll see. I mean, you'll have a shot probably at Jaden Daniels. You'll have a shot. Look at DeVito escaping the pocket. He's going to take off and run. He's going to get about 4 yards, and we'll have second down coming up. But yeah, I mean, nobody expected CJ Stroud to be as good as he is, but at the same time, he was not seen as a generational prospect. So he can come in and do that. I think, like I said, guys like Penix, guys like Jaden Daniels have that same shot to play like that. Even a guy like Jaden, you never know. So I think that they don't have really an excuse to not take a quarterback there. There's a ton of guys who are qualified. Saquon's going to lose about 3 yards right there. The Packers are all over that run game now. I just think that all of these quarterbacks that'll be there, that'll be within our striking distance, no matter where we're picking, as long as it's in that top 15, even. I think that all of those quarterbacks stand a chance. Now, I've seen that Quinn Ewers said that he was going to come back to Texas next year. Now, that's something that's interesting because he did come back and play. His initial thing was like, I'm not coming. DeVito's taking a shot, and he just overthrew Wan'Dale Robinson wide open. The guy was wide open. It's as open as you could possibly be. I don't think the Bears would not take Caleb Williams if they're at number one. And you also have to think like, are you going to trade down to number 3 if you're the Bears, or you're going to trade down to number 8? Just think about that. But I don't think the Bears would pass on Caleb Williams. I don't think they would pass on Caleb Williams for Justin Fields. I think it's either you get up there or you don't. I think maybe you can do some wiggle room to like the 3rd pick, but who knows? The Commanders could have the 3rd pick. It's not guaranteed that you get any of those things. Nice coverage by Nick McLeod right there, and they got a flag down, so it'll probably be half the distance to the goal. Yeah, DeVito got to get that grill fired up because he's missing guys. He missed Wan'Dale wide open. And Jalen Hyatt dropped a wide open catch. So not a good start for that Giants offense so far. And it seems like I'm just kind of getting the feeling that the Packers offense is about to put the foot on the gas. Illegal blindside block, that'll be half the distance to the goal. So the Packers are going to start off at around like the 10, somewhere like that, 10, 11. But I mean, like, I'm just going to I think the worry about the offensive line is kind of blown out of proportion. And this isn't me saying like, oh, we have a perfect, like, I think it's kind of blown out of proportion because if you look at how they're performing, they're not a bad unit. They're not a bad unit. They're playing with an undrafted quarterback. As they got time to actually sit in jail this year, they got better. And they've been a solid line ever since probably DeVito has been in there. They've been a solid line. So I don't think it's like the train wreck, the worst offensive line in the league that some people say. I do think at times they played that way, but that's again like the line wasn't together. It wasn't a cohesive unit. But I think right now, I think they're solid. And you got Evan Neal coming back. Are you going to move him to guard? And if you do, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with that? But I think even with Tyree Phillips, like, why not give Tyree Phillips a 2-year deal and just say, listen, we're going to try Evan Neal at right tackle. If it doesn't work out, we're going to bring you back and you'll be the starter. He's been solid. There's no issue with Tyree Phillips over there. Andrew Thomas is an all-pro. I was going to say Weston Richburg. John Michael Smith at center is getting better every week. He's solid. He's going to get better next year. I have the feeling, not the feeling, but I guess I'll say I have the feeling that he's going to be better next year. And then you have Ben Bredesen. So Ben Bredesen is a solid guard. Some people want to move Evan Neal to guard, and if Evan Neal moves to guard, he's going to be a starting guard. He's not going to just get benched. So you already have one guard spot solidified. Tyree Phillips has been solid at tackle. Why would you get rid of him? Just for fun? Would you just get rid of him just for fun, just for the sake of it? Because he's been a solid right tackle since he's been there. So I think all you need is a guard. You need one guard, and you need better play from Evan Neal. That's really the thing. If you're going to bench Evan Neal, then yeah, you can bring in multiple guys, multiple starters. But if you're just bringing in a new guy, I mean, just bring in a starting guard. You got Andrew Thomas. You got a good starting guard. And then you got John Michael Smith. That's 3 good players. And then you got Ben Bredesen, who's going to play one of the guard spots. And if not, then you got Evan Neal, who will play one of the guard spots. So I don't think it's that big of an issue. But the thing is, you pick where you pick. I mean, you have to be the worst team in football to get the first pick. And the Giants are not the worst team in football. It's just that simple. Like, yes, if we would have gone out there and flicked on the Buffalo Wild Wings sprinklers and lost some games on purpose, yeah, we would lose the most games. But they're going out there and playing. And whatever happens, happens. I mean, I try not to think about like what is. I just try not to think about what could happen if this, and this happens. Like, we can't be mad about us losing out on the second pick in October, at the end of October. Jordan Love to Dobbs, and Dory Jackson's going to get him down. But like at the end of October, we were like, what, the second pick? So it's you expect to hold that second pick all through the rest of the season, and then I just don't see that. I just don't see how you expect to just lose. And I'm looking at some of these stats. I just don't expect how you can expect to just continue to lose like that when your team is obviously going out winning games. It just is what it is. Like, if Daniel Jones had gone out there and won 7 games this year and still not look like the guy, we still wouldn't have the first overall pick. And there's a drop pass from A.J. Dillon on Jordan Love on 3rd down. Pretty decent coverage on 3rd down, but that still could have been a 1st down. But yeah, I mean, we weren't the worst team in football. If we were, we would have found ways to lose all of these games, and we will be picking first. But are we one of the 5, 6 worst teams in football? I think we are, and I think we'll be picking probably top 6. And I think you can do what you do with that pick. Like, are you willing to trade both seconds? Are you willing to trade next year's first? That is a penalty. And the Giants are going to start this drive in field goal range as Gunnar Olszewski tried to field this punt and got impeded by this Packers player. There's no way he saw him. He just hit him. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that if you're on the Packers. I mean, he's blocking. He's pushing McLeod in the back, and then he's hitting the punt returner. That's just all around just illegal play from Rudy Ford right there. So again, the Giants will start this drive off in field goal range, or right at the edge of it. I think Randy Bullock is still our kicker. I'm pretty sure Gano may have gotten surgery, so he's probably done for the year. But I think for the meantime, Randy Bullock's our kicker. Packers are a dirty team. I just think that dude's not really aware of what's going on the field. He was trying to get past that block and just saw the dude and kind of just braced himself. And the best way to brace yourself is to hit before you get hit. So I wouldn't say it's a dirty play. It's just kind of a stupid play. NFL executive on UNC quarterback Drake May. His skill set reminds me of Eli Manning coming out of college. He's a pure, smooth pocket passer who has a great release. He'll fit in any offense based on timing and 3-step and 5-step drops and throwing the ball to spots. That is an interesting comparison. I don't understand how you compare that guy to Eli Manning, but okay. I mean, his movement is a lot better. I think he has a stronger arm, but I don't know. But if we have a shot at Drake May, I would take him 10 times out of 10. I mean, listen, if there's a way to trade up, and I think I was saying this before the punt was getting fielded, it's probably going to take the two twos that we have this year. It's probably going to take a third next year and maybe even a first next year if we have to move up from 6 or 7 to number 2 or number 1. So I think that's what you have to do. And if you have a shot to do it to get a quarterback that you love, I think you should just go ahead and do it. No reason not to. No reason not to. If you can get Drake May and you think he's going to be your franchise quarterback, you make that move and you got to stand on it because, listen, you only have so much more time if you're Joe Shane and you're Brian Dable. You only got so much more time, especially if you're keeping Daniel Jones. Gunnar Olszewski looks a little bit shaken up. I can't tell if he's hurt, or if he just got the wind knocked out of him, but he's still kind of holding his ribs. So hopefully he's okay because he's been the most solid punt returner we've had in forever. All right, little flip to Wan'Dale Robinson. He's going to get about 5 or 6 right there. They were so determined to stop Saquon that they kind of left things open for Wan'Dale. This is actually a good point. I wanted to trade for Fields this offseason instead of paying Daniel Jones. I think Justin Fields has potential. He's still young in his career. What do you get? Probably like 2 years with him or 1 year, and then you got to pay him. You get a couple years with him if you pick up his option at an affordable price. If you can get that dude for a 3rd or 4th round pick, I'd take a shot on it. And the Giants false start right on cue, put us behind the sticks. But yeah, I think Justin Fields, I mean, I'd take a flyer on him. I mean, but I just think like if there's anything that you can do, if there's any moves on the chessboard that can be made for you to acquire one of these top 2 quarterbacks, I think you do it. If Jaden Daniels falls to you, I think you got to take him. Wan'Dale Robinson just got face masked, and there's no flag. Yeah, that I mean, he just got face mask. Third and 11 coming up for Tommy DeVito on an empty set. Another short pass. Saquon Barkley is making wine out of water because that play should have been for a loss, and the Giants will come out and probably try to take this field goal. Yeah, the Seahawks losing is good for us too, but like I said, if there's anything you can do to come out there and wow, Randy Bullock is a big dude, man. Randy Bullock is a big dude, man. Coming out to kick this 48-yarder. I thought Randy Bullock was a long snapper. And he misses it. Randy Bullock is the kicker that you get on Ultimate Team. At least back when I used to play Madden Ultimate Team, he was the kicker that you got first. That was like a 58 overall. He's just that guy. He's just that guy. He always finds a way to get a job because he's so experienced, but he's not. I mean, 48 yards that's kind of asking a lot from Randy Bullock. But yeah, if there's any shot at getting one of those top two guys, you got to do it. I mean, you got Joe Shane coming out a couple of days ago or last week saying that they paid Daniel and he's their guy. And, he basically just, in so many words, just kind of calmed the media down saying, like, he's our guy. Like, we paid the guy $40-something million. Like, why would we be looking to replace him? But I understand, like, having confidence in your decision, but you saw what he is. I mean, we're going to be in year 6. It's year 6, man. And listen, again, I'm going to be rooting for the guy wherever he plays, whatever he does. If he's back here playing, I'm not going to boycott the team like some people are. But we know what he is in year 6, man. Like, come on now. You're going into year 6, and you're still saying we need to give him a fair shot. There's some truth to that. There is some truth to that. But also there's truth to just saying, like, he's been here for 6 years. Been here for 6 years. So you have to take that into account. And when you're in a position to get a guy that has the potential to be much better than what we've seen at quarterback, has the potential to be like a top 5-6 quarterback in the league, has the potential to be arguably an MVP in the future, I think you got to take that guy. I think you got to take him, man. Like, why wouldn't you take a guy who you think could be an elite quarterback to keep a guy that you think can be a top 10 quarterback in a perfect situation? So I think you should take one of those top 2 if you can get them. You should take Jaden Daniels if you can get him. You should take Penix if you can get him. Like I said, maybe Ewers decides to come out because he did come back and play in that game. So maybe Ewers decides to come out. But all of those guys I would take. J.J. McCarthy I would take. So if you can get any of those guys, why not take them? Not only does it give the team a shot at getting an elite quarterback, it also gives Joe Shane and Brian Dable at least 2 more years. Unless it's a complete train wreck and like they just see that they're ruining the rookie quarterback. But it at least gives Joe Shane and Brian Dable 2 more years. You get the guy's rookie year and you get his second year. And that's just to show improvement of like, oh, we just almost made the playoffs. So you extend your careers as a head coach and as a general manager just by drafting a quarterback. So it makes no sense for those two not to be seriously trying to get an elite quarterback out of this draft. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can get one of those top 2 guys, you got to get them. All right, Jordan Love under center again, 2nd and 6. Packers just across the 40. 18 in motion, handoff to A.J. Dillon. And Kayvon Thibodeau off the edge, looking like a monster. Tackles him for a loss. Kayvon Thibodeau at 11.5 sacks on the season. I mean, just immediately won at the line of scrimmage, tackles him for a loss. That's what you want to see, man, out of your top 5 pick as an edge rusher. 36 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 28 pressures, 11 and a half sacks. Jahad Ward rushing up the middle of this play, and the Giants will take a timeout. Yeah, I mean, exactly talking echo. Like, people are saying, like, oh, John Mara is pulling the strings. John Mara is doing this. John Mara is doing that. One thing that John Mara is going to do, whether he's making suggestions about keeping Daniel Jones or not, John Mara, if you come out there, just think about this. If you're John Mara and you come out there and you allow Joe Shane to not – basically, if Joe Shane doesn't take a quarterback and if Brian Dable doesn't get a quarterback in here and Daniel Jones goes out there and stinks up the place again, they're both going to get fired. This team cannot go out there and win 3-4 games, which it was looking like they would do with Daniel Jones as a starter. This team cannot afford to do that. And this Giants defense is heating up a little bit. 4th down right here around midfield. This could be a go time for the Packers offense on 4th and 1 at this spot on the field. 4th and 1 here. They've gotten the Giants to jump once. They're coming out, and it looks like shotgun on 4th and 1. Very strange. They're leaving a guy wide open, and it looked really close. I couldn't tell if he stepped out or if that reach at the end of it got them the first down. I can't tell. That's the first down. That looks like a first down to me. That looks like a first down to me. Let's see what the ref has to say. Yeah, that was a first down. The referees overturned that because that is definitely a first down. I mean, it looked like a first down to me at first. And he clearly reached across that line. Nothing around him touched the ground. So that's the first down. 1st and 10 coming up for the Packers now. First and 10 coming up. Jordan Love taking another, throwing it to A.J. Dillon. He's in the open field, and he's going to be hard to take down at this point. Getting a guy that big in the open field is an issue. So A.J. Dillon will go out at like the, 15, 14, something like that. Yeah, I mean, like it is tough to get that man on the ground. Okay, he's at the 17 and a half. Hand off to A.J. Dillon. They're going back to him. He ran into a wall with Sean Robinson right there. Yeah, Caleb and Marvin Harrison are 100% going to declare. They're going to declare. Yeah, he is like a diet Derrick Henry. That's a good comparison. He's just he's just so stout. Like the dude is like a modern day Mike Tolbert, just like a big dude. And the thing is, like, he doesn't really look that big at first. Another handoff to what's his name, Jaden Reed, and he's gonna walk into the end zone. So the Packers are up now. Like I said, please, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna blow the Giants out, please do it in the first half, so I can get ready for work tomorrow and not have to watch this whole game and then watch us get blown out in the fourth quarter. But there was nothing going on that reverse. Say you would take Daniels if we can't get Caleb or May. Yeah, I don't want Bo Nix anywhere near this team. I don't want Bo Nix anywhere near this team. But yeah, like we got some opportunity in this draft. Why are we watching this crap? I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea why any of us watch any of this. Like, just think about it. Like, at the end of the day, like all of these, all of this is on this television is 22 guys out there on the field wearing costumes, running into each other, and it's just so serious. But at the end of the day, it's not really that serious. It's not really that serious. Gunnar Olszewski just kind of fielded that punt. I mean, fielded that kickoff at the 10-yard line instead of returning it. Tommy DeVito was 2 for 4 for 3 yards. Yeah, but to be fair, nobody can tackle AJ Dillon. Yeah, I read that report earlier, Sean. I read that report earlier on stream about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't see the comparison. They say he throws the ball to spots. Eli was like a guy who was ahead as far as analyzing defenses and everything like that, and the brain part of the position. But I just don't see Eli and Drake May. And this isn't me saying like DeVito is going to take off and run. He's got space. He's going to slide. That's where you miss a guy like Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor because they would be gone up that right sideline. But I just don't see Eli's play style. And it's not even just that he's slower than Drake May or less agile. I just don't see the play style similar to I just don't see it. Second and 4 coming up for the Giants. Tommy DeVito is sacked on 19% of plays. That is ridiculous. Saquon picks up about 2.5, and he's going to go down. Third down, end of the first quarter. Tommy DeVito has about 5 yards, 3 yards actually. Hasn't done much. Missed the wide open Wan'Dale Robinson. Jalen Hyatt dropped a wide open catch for like 7 yards to start the game off. Just a bunch of miscues on offense. Saquon had a nice run to start the game off, but Since then, he's been bottled up. Wandale had a nice reverse run for like 5-6 yards. But other than that, the Giants offense has done nothing. The Packers offense has looked good at times. But also the Packers offense hasn't really been dominant. They haven't really looked like, just this great offense. But they don't have to be to beat the Giants. Let's be real. Like if you're scoring more than 14 points, you're going to beat the Giants. So all you got to do is get in the end zone one more time and kick a field goal, and it's like 100% opportunity that they're going to win. But let's see if Tommy DeVito can come back here on prime time. I would rather listen, folks. Of course, I would rather have the second pick, which we need help now to get the second pick. I would rather that happen, but in the meantime, I just can kind of just rooting for this guy, basically on his Linsanity tour. It would be really cool to watch a guy like Tommy DeVito go out there and have a good game on primetime football. And it's just as Giants fans, we have not seen good football for a long time, consistently as far as offense. We had inefficient offense last year, but big plays, excitement, just a quarterback bringing juice to the team as far as emotionally. We haven't seen that in such. We just don't get to see excitement on offense. So I'm just always just waiting to see something exciting, and I'll take whatever I can get. All right, Giants offense, 3rd and 1 here. Jalen Hyatt has no safety to his side. The Giants will take a shot to Jalen Hyatt. They should, but they're going to throw a screen to Saquon Barkley, who's going to barrel forward for 4.5, 5 yards and pick up this first down. I was thinking that they would take the shot for Jalen Hyatt. What's up, Unlimited? Same old, same old. Listen, same old, same old. Like I said, to me, the Giants season is over. I mean, of course it's over in that sense, but to me, I really don't feel like I'm watching football. I just kind of feel like the season is over. I forget that the football season is still going on. Hopefully the Giants like Drake May. I mean, they should. Saquon is at 5 carries for 11 yards so far, 2 receptions for 8 yards. So they're getting him the touches. He's already got 7 touches. Now, there we go. Hodgins is going to pick up this first down. Hodgins just disappeared this year. It's there's no way that teams are just I know for a fact they're not quadruple teaming Isaiah Hodgins. They're not. He just doesn't get on the field anymore. Yeah, we have a 0.2% chance of winning. We have a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs. You're absolutely right. There's a chance. All right, DeVito's going to have to get rid of this. He's going to take off here. One thing I'll say about Tommy DeVito, who picks up this first down, is that he's doing infinitely better in the pocket. He's doing infinitely better in the pocket. Look at the fans celebrating. Tommy DeVito last week or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago takes this sack. He is looking like a magician in this pocket, maneuvering, getting away from the pressure and taking off and getting yards with his feet. Love to see it. I mean, the guy is developing right before your very eyes. He looked like he shouldn't have been in the NFL just 3-4 weeks ago. And There we go. Wan'Dale's got a hole. Wan'Dale's taking off. Wan'Dale is not gone. Almost had a touchdown right there. Oh, man. Nice play design. Handoff out of the Wildcat to Saquon, who faked like he fumbled. That opened up things for Wan'Dale Robinson, and he just got ran down. Safety had a good angle, and Wan'Dale's not Tyreek Hill. He's not a super burner, so it is what it is. DeVito's a magician. All right, first and goal here. Watch Tommy DeVito end up throwing more touchdowns than Daniel Jones. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon to the edge. Jordan. So the Giants tied the game up. So it's going to be one of those kind of games, folks. It's going to be one of those kind of games. 8 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes. The Giants go right down the field. We did not see this stuff. We didn't see this stuff with Daniel Jones. And it's just like, it is what it is, man. And what I'm saying is, like, if you're seeing this from Tommy DeVito, what do you think you're going to see, folks? What do you think you're going to see from Drake May? What do you think you're going to see from Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels if you're seeing this from Tommy DeVito? If you're seeing this from Tommy Cutlets? What do you think you're going to see from one of those dudes? Like, just think about it, man. DeVito is the guy. Yeah, I don't think DeVito's the guy, but that would be a fun story. Listen, I mean, for DeVito to prove that he's the guy and for them to not take a quarterback, I don't think there's anything he could do. I just really don't like, because listen, if DeVito was a rookie quarterback, if he was a first round pick, he would be progressing the way that he's progressing right now. Like your first game, not really doing much. He's getting better and better every week. So I think even if he was a first round pick, this is kind of the progression pattern he would be following. But he's not going to get the chance to stay as your starting quarterback through next year. I think really, unless DeVito has like a couple of like 4-5 touchdown games, like just has ridiculous numbers to where he looks like a top 8 quarterback for the next month. I just don't see him being your starter going into next year and having that shot. And I know Unlimited is just playing, but I don't think he has any shot. On top of that, I feel like DeVito's only shot is Daniel Jones going out, stinking up the place next year, and DeVito being your backup and coming in and playing well. Yeah, I think that's his only shot, is him just coming out playing like a monster next year if Daniel Jones gets hurt or just looks bad, or he just like beats out Daniel Jones in camp or something crazy. But other than that, I just don't see him getting a shot. Even if he did have the potential to be the Giants quarterback, I just don't see him getting a shot. Especially when, again, they're going to have a shot. They're going to have a shot at getting one of those top quarterbacks. And when I say top quarterbacks, I mean one of the top, 4 or 5 guys who I think all can be in play at our pick. And I think at the very worst, you'll have your 4th best quarterback on the board when we pick. I think that's just your reality. At the very worst, it'll be your number 4 quarterback. And I think all 4 of those top quarterbacks you can justify taking in the top 10. Yeah, Sean. If there's still a path for us to get the second pick. Um, Monty on Twitter. I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with him, but he also has a YouTube channel. He's a Giant podcast where they do things on college prospects that they think the Giants could be interested in. But anyway, let's scroll down here. You got a guy wide open underneath, and the Giants get him down at just across the 40. But he posted something earlier that showed the path to the Giants getting the first overall pick or second overall pick. Yeah, we could potentially have our first this year, our first next year, and then 2 seconds this year, and maybe even give a third this year or next year. All right, you got to get this dude down. You got to get this dude on the ground. 4.5 yards right there on that run. But I'm looking up that path to the Giants getting the top 2 pick. Having to sift through a ton of tweets. Okay, for the Giants to get back in the top 2, they need to lose out. The Cardinals need to win at least once. The Patriots need to win at least once. And they need to remain lower than the Patriots and the Commanders and strength of schedule. So that's how they get in the top 2. So they got to lose out. The Cardinals and Patriots need to win another game. And Patriots and Commanders need to have a higher strength of schedule than us. So that is the path. I hope we don't win out. I mean, listen, I'm always excited every time we win, but I just hope that doesn't happen and we're picking like 12. That would stink. Because then at that point, you can't even get the receiver. Jordan Love throwing off his back foot to Wicks. Dontavion Wicks beating our first round rookie corner, who has been struggling this entire second half of the year. Yeah, he just pushed off a little bit. Had a sudden break outside. I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't say it was a horrible rep from Deontay Banks, but you got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. And again, he has not been playing well this whole second half of the season. There's A.J. Dillon getting tackled by his own man. Packers are kind of shredding through this Giants defense for now. What if this is a shootout? What if this is a shootout? I doubt it, but Dontavion Wicks, a 5th-round rookie, lined up again against Deontay Banks. Even though it's not man. There's A.J. Dillon again picking up 3.5, 4 yards. So this will be 3rd and 1.5, 3rd and 2, somewhere around that. They'll call it 3rd and 2. Jordan Love still doesn't have a wide receiver 1 either. So the Packers are, let's see here. Packers are already inside the 30-yard line. Wow. Jordan Love taking off to run. And he fumbled the ball, but they're going to say he was down. But a nice play there from Kayvon Thibodeau to cut that edge off. And I don't know who came over there to try to rip that ball out. That maybe was Bobby Okereke. Let's see. Kayvon Thibodeau cut that off. Adoree Jackson set the edge well. and then Pinnock came and cleaned it up. So good job. That ball is out, man. That ball is out. That's a clear-cut fumble. You cannot just blow the play dead because you feel like it. That's a fumble. That is as clear as day, a fumble and a recovery by the Giants. I can't tell because they did blow the whistle as soon as he got contacted, it seemed like. So maybe they blow the play dead, but they wouldn't be reviewing it if they blew the play dead. So they're reviewing this, and this is going to be Giant football as they try to run the ball with Jordan Love. they try to run the ball with Jordan Love, and he fumbles the ball trying to fight for that first down. You got to know when you got to know when to get down, Jordan. Yeah, you got to know when to get down right there because that is a clear as day fumble. Like that was just a horrible call. That's as like about as easy as a fumble call as you're gonna get as a referee. Maybe the referees are Giants fans and they want to tank. So Lions fans, for some reason, are mad at Hendon Hooker. I mean, they're mad at Jared Goff. They want to replace Jared Goff with Hendon Hooker now. That's something else right there. I mean, I know the Lions have kind of been struggling the past couple of weeks, but if you look at the entirety of the season and even last year, Jared Goff has been balling. They and that's what I'm saying. It looked like they blew the call dead prematurely. But he was still moving forward. And it seems like the referees are just kind of saying like an oopsie because they clearly blew the play dead, but at the same time, it seems like they don't think they should have, and they're making up for it by letting them challenge it. Because usually when they blow a play dead, they don't even let you challenge it. So that's just a clear cut fumble recovery by the Giants. So the Giants offense will take back over. Wando Robinson in motion here. Play action. DeVito's got time. He's going to make a guy miss. He's still got time. He's firing it to Wando Robinson, who catches it on the sideline. That is a catch. One referee is hating. One referee saying it's a catch, and it is a catch by Wando Robinson on the sideline. Nice throw and nice job to get his feet down for Wando Robinson and Tommy DeVito. That's not a catch. But let's hurry up. No. That's not a catch. Wando Robinson didn't get his feet down, but that was a nice throw by DeVito. Just couldn't get his feet down. Man. Yeah, that's clearly not a catch. Clearly not a catch. Oh, it looks like the shin hit the turf. Shin hit the turf right there. Yeah, the knee's down. The knee's down. So that is a catch. So we get back-to-back reviews. That's a catch clear as day right there. But yeah, Jared Goff's last game, 20 for 30. You said I'm just as bad as the rest. Yeah, I mean, to me, I'm telling you that didn't look like a catch at first glance, but that's definitely a catch when you see the replay. Because I initially thought it was a catch, but when they showed that first angle, it looked like he tried to get the second foot down and couldn't. But once you see it from that other angle, he clearly got a knee down and he got the shin down. So that's definitely a catch. But Jared Goff, 20 for 35, 161, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. So didn't look too good for him last game. Game before that, the Lions put up 33 points. Jared Goff, 2 touchdowns, 213. It's not bad. They put up 33. The game before that, the Lions put up 22 against the Packers. Goff threw another 2 touchdowns and no interceptions, 330 yards. So Jared Goff had one bad game, pretty much. He had one bad game last week, and or yesterday, and people are trying to replace him with Hendon Hooker already. Now he had a 3 interception game 3 weeks ago, but he also had 2 touchdowns and 230, and won the game. So tough stuff right there, but I don't think he's played bad enough to just say like, oh, we need to bench him. That's a nice catch by Wandale right there. You said Wink coaching for that game ball. I can't wait for Wandale and Jalen Hyatt to have a real deal, like elite quarterback, man. If they can get one of those dudes, they're going to explode. They're going to be out of this world. Tommy DeVito at the 40. Jalen Hyatt in motion. He's going to get that free release. He's looking for Hyatt. He's open. He's caught that, and he went out of bounds, and then he fumbled. So Hyatt dropped his first catch. Second catch, catches it, picks up 8 yards. Really soft coverage. If he can start catching these balls underneath, that's going to open up the deep routes again for him. And he comes off the field. Tommy DeVito is 6 for 8, 43 yards, 21 rushing yards. So hasn't really done much. He hasn't really had much production here. Hand off to Saquon. He's going to make a couple of stutters and pick up a half a yard. That's one of those times. I mean, you take what you can get. I mean, it probably wouldn't have picked up a first down, but that's one of those times he probably would have gotten about 2 or 3 yards if he just would have had a full head of steam and just ran straight forward. But that's just picky stuff right there. Yeah, Green Bay is just gonna make. I mean, the Giants are just, they're the most like frustrating team for like what's going on. They're calling a false start here. The Giants were in perfect position on 3rd and short to make something happen, but they're calling a false start on Sean Harlow, who was the extra offensive lineman in there. The Giants are saying that it's the Packers' fault, but that is clearly a false start. So that's clearly a false start. So instead of a 3rd and 1, it's 3rd and 6. And it's a 3rd and long 6 too. So, all right. DeVito under siege. DeVito's actually got time. He's going to throw this to Hyatt, who's going to cut back and make a move and pick up the first down. Almost. Came real close to picking it up, but we're going to be about a yard short. Let's see if we go for it. And Hyatt's having a conversation with the Green Bay coach on their sideline. Yeah, he's out of bounds. His foot is on the line right there, but we're a yard short, so Giants are going to go for it. And they're not going to go. I mean, Brian Dable, what do you have to lose? What's the point of punting it right here? What is the point of you punting the football right here, man? And why are you letting the play clock run down this low? Just like this is what I'm saying. Like, they might be playing to lose because if they're playing to win, they are not coaching like this. All right, 4th and 1. Giants are back out there. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 1, or at least try to. DeVito 7 for 9, 48 yards. 4th and 1 here. It looks like it's probably going to be some kind of a sneak play or a handoff to Barkley. But this is a long yard. This is a long 1 yard. Handoff to Barkley. Saquon is going to be short. Not even close. And this is what I'm saying. Like, if you don't get a first down here, who cares? You're 4-8. Like, I mean, worst case scenario, you get a better pick, man. Like, just go for it. Like, who cares? Go for it. You got a turnover. Just try it. Give it to your best player. He didn't get it. That's cool. That's not even on the O-line. That's probably on the tight end on the edge. Probably on the tight end and whoever he had his lead blocker, those 2 running backs that were running his lead blockers there. Funny thing is Gary Brightwell was actually really good at being a lead blocker. But I think he's on IR. But yeah, I mean, this is what you do. I mean, like, if you don't get it, who cares at this point in the season? Just send your defense back out there. They just force a turnover. Try as much as you can to get it to get a touchdown out of it. So whenever this happens, Jordan Love is going to come back out, and they're going to try to get back to what they were doing. They were moving the ball pretty well. Green Bay was the last time they were out there. So I'm sure they're going to go back to more of this short passing, attack the edge. What teams have done against us all year that has worked, and the teams that don't attack the edges of our defense don't do anything. They're not able to get anything done. But for some strange reason, folks, every team doesn't just attack the edges of our defense. Why not just attack the edge? Do it every play. Throw the ball short, throw the ball to the edge, throw the check downs, run the ball, run reverses to the edge, run outside. Do that all day, and you'll not have any negative plays against the Giants. Again, throw the ball to the edges. You'll get yards every single play. But again, like I said, I would just throw it. I would just throw it to the edges of the defense every single time. I would literally just throw screens all day. I would run to the edge all day. Jordan Love throwing a rope. He's throwing an interception. The dude, Jordan Love, it stinks. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? He's about to fumble that ball. I'm surprised Pinnock didn't fumble that ball. Whew. I'm surprised Pinnock didn't fumble the ball right there because he was holding this ball like way up here. Like he's never held a football before in his life. I'm convinced. This is why you go for it on fourth down. Like this is why you go for it on fourth down. Because anything can happen. Who cares? I'm convinced that's the first time Jason Pinnock ever held a football. All right, look at DeVito. He's got time. He's taking off. He's looking fast. Is he going to fumble the ball? He slid. Okay. I don't know why Jordan Love threw that there. I don't know why he thought that would be a good idea. But that was just a dumb throw. 2nd and 4 coming up after a DeVito run. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon trips over his own man. Matt LaFleur is not happy after he throws. He was yelling at the referee, but maybe he thought it was a quarterback hit. I don't. Who knows what happened? Maybe he thought he was interfered with, but I don't know what he's yelling about. Both games are 7-7. Titans Dolphins are 7-7 too. 3rd and 3 coming up. DeVito's got to get rid of it. He's got to get rid of it, and he misses Saquon Barkley wide open on the sideline. Now you got a 4th and 3. Why not go for it again? Okay. Cordell Flott barely grabbed him. Barely grabbed him. I mean, it was like this. It wasn't even a jersey tug. It was literally like an attempted grab. The Giants will punt this again. Punt this now. I would have gone for it here on 4th and 3, but they'll punt. Just making it a real boring game. I just feel like why not go for it right there? And I'm not like angry we didn't go for it, but just why not? All right, 1st and 10 for the Packers in the shotgun. Jordan Love, this time starting inside the 20. They've turned it over their last 2 drives. A.J. Dillon to the edge. He's picking up 4, maybe. Dude's just such a powerful runner. Watch them win this game. This will be like the Jets winning and costing Trevor Lawrence. We're not getting Caleb Williams, Sean. It's over. We're not getting the 1st pick, but we may get the 2nd pick if everything goes perfectly. But again, this isn't like the Jets getting Trevor Lawrence, not getting Trevor Lawrence, because the Jets were literally in it until the last week. It was literally until the last week. We had the 2nd pick like a month ago. 2nd and 6 coming up. And Bobby Okereke is doing a bad job of getting that guy down, but he did get him down. But I mean, he's a big boy at tight end, but kind of want your linebacker to take him down immediately. Easier said than done, though. Exactly. We got to hit their punt returner too, because I'm not sure if Gunnar Olszewski is even like healthy enough to return at this point. Like, because I saw on their kickoff, he called for a fair catch on the kickoff. He just took the fair catch, so he might not even be healthy. Is that Kurt Angle? I'm guessing not Kurt Angle. It's just a bald dude. But yeah, like I said, it's not the same as the Jets because literally the Jets had it in the bag until the last week of the season, and then they just gave it up. We literally were like, we were talking about, oh, we got to hold on to the second pick, and this was like literally week 10 or week 9. So, I mean, those are just two different scenarios in my opinion. Let's see what the Jets record was in 2019? Maybe 2020. Jets were 2-14. Again, like the Jets were 2-14. Like when you're 2-14, you deserve the number 1 pick, and you winning like really messes things up. They had Adam Gase. They won 2 games in week 15 and 16 after not having a single win. They started off 0-13. So at that point, like, yeah, that's a completely different situation than what the Giants are in. The Giants had 2 wins in like the first 7 games of the season. The Giants had 2 wins. First 6 games, I don't even know. Look back at that. See if I can pull that up. But the Jets had 2 wins all season, and they came in the last 3 weeks of the season. So I just don't think that's similar. 1st and 10 for Jordan Love and the Packers. He's dropping back. He's throwing a screen. He's throwing it to Jaden Reed, and he's going to get about 1.5 yards. So, yeah, like I said, the Giants had 2 wins by week 7. They just had 2 wins all – I don't know what Jordan Love was throwing that to. But the Jets had 2 wins all of that year. And then also, I mean, Zach Wilson was not seen. He was seen as that way, but I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe it that Zach Wilson was going to be a good player. So it was just kind of Trevor Lawrence or bust there. 3rd and 8 coming up. They got to snap this ball. Kayvon Thibodeau off the edge. Jordan Love is trying to get to the edge, and he's going to – yeah, there's a flag right there. It's Cordell Flott kind of tackled Jaden Reed in the open field. Jordan Love tried to get to the edge on Isaiah Simmons, and Isaiah Simmons just like completely hawked him down. But Cordell Flott had to kind of take a dive. Yeah, he just tackled him. The thing is, he just didn't expect Jaden Reed to just stop right there. because he's not looking at the ball. So that'll be a spot foul. That's like an automatic 30-something yard play because he just didn't know where the football was. Cordell Flat was in good position, but if you don't track the football, this is what's going to happen. So the Packers are back in Giants territory for like the third or fourth time today. Another throw to the edge of the defense again. Works all game. Literally works all game. Out routes, screens, runs to the outside, reverses to the outside. You literally could run it over and over again. And if Jordan Love was more accurate, they literally would not have an incomplete pass. 2nd and 4 coming up. And that is embarrassing. Whoever 27 stepped out of, that's Isaiah Simmons. You got to get him to the ground, man. He literally just stepped out of that tackle. And the Packers are in field goal range with 30 seconds left. Jordan Love throwing another pass to the edge. 27 is cutting back. And what a weird play. I don't know why 27 fought so hard to stay in bounds, but just stay. What is he doing? And now he's trying to fight to get back out of bounds. Yeah, that was just a dumb play. Second and 4 coming up. 3 wide receivers right. They got the big tight end to the left. Lined up over Thibodeau. He'll probably chip him on the way out. Jordan Love taking another shot to the outside. And he's going to get out of bounds there at around the 12-yard line. 19 seconds left. Packers are trying to get into the end zone rather than take this field goal. They got 19 seconds. That's an eternity in the red zone. Might not be a catch. That's what they're saying. But, I mean, it's just all about if it gets reviewed. They're inside 2 minutes. Okay, so the booth will review it. That probably won't stand as a catch. So most likely the Packers will be kicking a field goal. I mean, they should just go ahead and take a look at this so they can keep the game going. Because there's a bobble there, tried to slide the foot, bobbled it. I cannot believe Tommy DeVito's agent, man. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Why is this dude dressed like this? Tommy DeVito's agent has to be his uncle. It's got to be his uncle. It's got to be somebody's cousin. It's got to be his uncle because why is this dude dressed like this? I'm trying to pull up the picture, but won't pop up. But if anybody wants to look, just look up a picture of Tommy DeVito's agent on Twitter. They're saying incomplete, so you got a third down coming up with 19 seconds left. 3rd and 4 coming up. Jordan Love in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers right, including your tight end. 1 wide receiver to the left. As the announcer just said, 3rd and 4 from the 18. I think that's Thibodeau coming off the edge. Is Ojulari there? Yes. Both of them are there. Ojulari's kind of disappeared since he come back from that last injury, though. Whoa! Oh! Okay. Yeah, Thibodeau got a hand on that, almost intercepted it, man. That'd have been a great play. That'd have been a great play for Tibbs if he would have been able to complete that interception, but just wasn't in the cards. Wow. So if Thibodeau wouldn't have been trying to deflect that ball and he was just been looking for the tip off of Ashawn Robinson's initial tip, he probably would have been able to intercept that. But they both went for the tip at the same time. Fourth and 4 coming up. Packers kicker's gonna line it up. Never seen this dude before in my life. "36 yards." I don't see Dex out there, so it doesn't look like they want to block it. The dude made it by this much. This dude made it by this much. He barely made that field goal. I was like, is this dude about to miss this? If only Tibbs' body was better. Yeah, if Tibbs' body was better, he may have been able to just lean back like the Matrix and just jump in slow motion and catch it. But, they don't really like his body. That situation is still hilarious to me. And like I said, I just got to take credit for that. I take complete credit for that. Because I was the one that clipped up that video, posted it on Twitter, and I'm like, they're talking about the dude's body. And then people start tagging Carl Banks. And then that whole storm ensued after they start tagging Carl Banks on my post. So I take credit for it, man. I brought it over to Twitter. Twitter did their thing. I don't take full credit, but I at least stoked the flames a little bit. So the Packers are going to kick this off. Robert bringing some fire to the chat. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. Yeah, I don't know what that was for. Thomas McGahee needs to be fired. Thomas McGahee needs to legitimately be fired right now. Like, he needs to be fired right now. Like, right now. Like, he needs to, like, they need to tell him right now, like, he needs to be fired right now. Like, they need to tell Thomas McGahee, you're done. Just pack up, you're done. Because why is your guy on the sideline? Why is your guy on the sideline touching the ball and making it go out of, like, what? Okay. So instead of the Giants having a shot at throwing two passes and kicking a field goal, they're getting the ball at like the 19-yard line or something. That was such a boneheaded play. Yeah, Lawrence Cager is really stupid for that, and Thomas McGahee needs to be fired. I mean, somebody's got to take accountability for these kinds of plays. I mean, why do you think why is that acceptable? You know, like why is it acceptable? What about that is acceptable to do something like that? You go from being able to throw two passes and kicking a field goal to okay. Maybe they're tanking though. And this is what I'm saying. Like the only thing that explains that is that they're tanking. So the tank folks like that, they are tanking. All right. Refs getting cooked. Oh man. Leave it up to the Giants to just make every game such a snoozer, man. Such a snoozer. It's just so boring. The last entertaining game, looking at this schedule right here, I just want to look at what games this year have been entertaining as a Giants fan. And I would say the Commanders game was entertaining. That was entertaining. DeVito threw three touchdowns. That was entertaining football. Um, game a nightmare. Jets game not entertaining at all. Um, not really entertaining at all. The Jets game was, but at least it went in overtime, so there were some stakes there. But as far as the actual game, you had Tommy DeVito out there, legitimately not throwing the football. Like they didn't let him throw the football the entire game, which is funny because you allowed that same guy to whatever. Anyway, Jets game wasn't entertaining. Commanders game, of course, was entertaining. We put it on. We pretty much annihilated the Commanders in a close game, mind you, but it was 14-7. But they made just enough big plays, and being there, me being at the game, made it entertaining enough to be like, okay, I like this game. Um, Bills game was kind of entertaining. But let's see, just looking at this from a high level, I mean, the only entertaining games as far as a Giants fan looking at it and saying, like, okay, I'm having fun watching the game. Uh, Arizona Cardinals in the second half. So you got two quarters. Commanders. So that's six quarters. And that's it. That's it. That's it. And then the second Commanders game. So basically about what we've gotten about 10 quarters of entertaining football this year. We've gotten 10 quarters of entertaining football this year. Just reflect on that. Reflect, as Joe Shane said, reflect on what I just said. We've gotten 10 quarters of entertaining football. Ten quarters of the entire season. We're in what, week 14. We got 10 quarters of entertaining football. And just ask Giants fans why they're acting nuts, why they completely have lost their minds. That's why, because we can't even get entertaining football. Like growing up as a Giants fan, man, like we didn't always win, a bunch of games. We didn't, but we were never awful, and we were always entertaining. Always entertaining. Like, we didn't start not becoming entertaining as a football team until like 2013, which was like the end of my childhood. Like, I'm like in like 11th grade or something like that. We didn't really start becoming not entertaining until then. But before that, I mean, we were running the ball, we were throwing the ball, we were sacking the quarterback. It was just fun to watch football. But since then, it's just been like, and then of course Odell got there in 2014 and saved it. So 2013 was basically like all of our recent years. Then Odell got there, even though we weren't winning a bunch of games, he saved it. It was so entertaining. It was At the end of the day, we watched football. Like, a lot of people treat football like it's like it's so serious, and it can be serious, of course, but they treat it like it's so serious. Like, the main reason that people watch football isn't because you're trying to get entertainment from it. And at the end of the day, like, they just haven't been putting an entertaining product out there. So, like, we were losing, but Odell was entertaining. We got a lot of entertainment from that. We always had primetime games because Odell was there. It's just that simple. We did. Odell leaves. You got Eli Manning there without Odell at the end of his career with no offensive line, and you saw what happened there. And then ever since then, it's just been Daniel Jones out there pretty much by himself, getting obliterated, no offensive line, no receivers, and then him just not getting anything done. Even though he hasn't had things around him, he hasn't been getting anything done either. So just a mix of all of this put together it's just sad. That's really what we've been looking at is Daniel Jones, who at best is at best in a perfect situation is an average to above average quarterback. In a perfect situation, we've been watching him out there by himself for the last 6 years, and this is our entertainment as Giants fans. This is what we're expected to put up with. Like, just think about it. Like, besides last year, because we ended up pulling some of those games out. You know, we ended up just getting some things done. But taking last year out, if you look at the last 5 years and taking last year out, so 4 years, taking that, just how many entertaining football games have we had where we're like, this is fun to watch. I'm having fun watching the game. I just feel bad for the younger fans because I saw Eli Manning come back against the Broncos. I saw Eli Manning win a Super Bowl. And I mean, you don't even have to talk about those types of stuff, but I just saw so many just crazy comebacks. I saw Eli Manning come back against the Buccaneers in 2012, just a walk-off, just like crazy stuff. Every single year, there was like six games where I was like, this was a game. Like, I was on the edge of my seat. But these days, it's just like maybe once a season, maybe twice a season, you have like entertaining football. And as far as like games that I'll look back and remember fondly, I can't really think of any. Maybe the second half against the Cardinals. Of course, most of last year, of course. I mean, we made the playoffs. But before that, I mean, you're looking at maybe the Saints game and the Buccaneers game in Daniel Jones' rookie season. Those 4 or 5 touchdown games that he had that rookie year, I remember the Washington one. But other than that, as far as like the Lions and the Jets, I don't even remember those games. I really don't. The only reason we remember these Washington games is because they are our rivals. But other than that, it was just kind of like background noise. I don't even remember those games. So let's just hope that we can get memorable, fun football games because, again, like I got a lot of them as a kid. I got a lot of memorable games, a lot of fun times just watching the team. And we just don't get that these days. And it's just like, it makes me feel like, did football change? Is football just more boring now? And I'm like, no, it's not more boring, because when I watch other teams, it's exciting. But for us, it's just for some reason, and it's like, it's not even that we have to like win these games, because like, for instance, we lost to the Saints all those years ago where Eli Manning threw 6 touchdowns. We lost to the Seahawks in 2011, I'm pretty sure, after Eli Manning threw a pick six and we lost the game. We lost to the Patriots in 2007 in the regular season. We lost to, let's see, some memorable games. We lost to Tony Romo on primetime, where he came out and threw that game-winning touchdown to Jason Witten and just ripped the arse out. But those games were entertaining. Like, it was like a heavyweight fight. It was fun to watch, but we just don't get that. But yeah, that's all I really want out of this, is just an entertaining product. It's just like, when a product is entertaining, whether they win or lose, there's always something to think about. There's always a reason to want to watch the next week. But every time that you watch a Giants game these days, it's just like, do I really want to watch next week? Like, do I really want to be here next week to have to see this again? And you just always end up back here, which I just don't like. For the 7 people in here, this is a slow stream, and it usually is on prime time until after the game, unless I stay on late. But to the 7 people in here, you got, like, you all are real Giants fans, and like, this is why, like, I just don't get it when people will say, like, someone in the chat will say, like, oh, I want the Giants to tank. I want the Giants to lose so we can, like, if a Giants fan is in a stream with 7, 8 other people watching a YouTuber watch a Giants game, how are they a fake fan? Because they're expressing their opinion on what they want to see, what they want to see for their team to get better. How are they a fake fan? For I just don't understand that. If they were, I guarantee you, a ton of people just aren't watching this game, and if they are, it's just like background noise. There's actual probably Giants fans who aren't watching this game who are like, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, why would I care? But there's no way that these people who are voicing their opinions on if if the Giants should win or lose, and the standings, and looking at rookie quarterbacks, and listen, like, being in this stream, like, there's no fake Giants fans here. I think the Giants are going to get this out of the half. Pretty sure they're going to get this out of the half. So far, they put up 7. Saquon left. DeVito had a good drive that drive, but yeah, we'll see. I think we also had I think DeVito had a decent drive that drive. Check out my fantasy team. I have not checked this fantasy team all Sunday and all of today, so I don't know what's going on. I've seen notifications pop up, but I don't know whether I'm winning or losing. So just like I said, the Giants will get this ball out of the half. Looks like it looks like I'm winning. And one of my leagues. Yeah, looks like I pretty much won in one of my leagues. There's no more players that are playing. In my paid league, I'm up 136 to 110. So hopefully AJ Dillon doesn't have a big game the rest of this game, and DeAndre Hopkins doesn't go off, and I'll secure this win this week. All right, Tommy DeVito. He's going to take off and run this football again, and he's going to slide, and he's going to have to get 15 on top of that because he just got hit in the head, and there's no flag. And Brian Dable is livid, and I'm livid because why is there no flag? As we clearly see a headshot, and that's how referees let games get out of hand. Because he just hit the quarterback in the head after he slid. He's starting to slide, and he hit him in the head. Referee's going to let this game get out of hand. There will be a fight. Saquon's going to be about a yard short of the first down, but listen, there will be a fight in short order. There's that's just what happens, folks. Referees got to take control of this game. 3rd and 1 coming up. Bellinger in, extra offensive lineman Glowinski in the game. You already know where this ball is going, probably right behind Glowinski, who literally tripped over himself. What an idiot. The Giants put an extra offensive lineman in the game and still got I just got to see what happened right there for Glowinski. All right, so the ball is already going back to the Packers. Hopefully, Heaney just muffed this ball, and he fumbled it again, and he fumbled it, and he fumbled it, and the Giants have the ball. The Packers are doing their best to lose this football game. I mean, the Packers are just putting on their best performance to try to lose this football game because he muffed the ball and then he fumbled it, and then the Giants player tried to pick it up and he fumbled it, and then somebody else fumbled it, and then they eventually got on the ball. Carter Coughlin did a horrible job at trying to get that ball. Wow. All right, so the Giants will have the ball deep in Packers territory. This is their chance to either take the lead or tie the game. See if we can get some excitement. You do say it's all scripted. That looked like a great performance right there. 1st and 10, empty set. DeVito back there, throwing it short to Wandale. He's got forever. He's got a ton of space. And he picks up about 3-4 yards right there. Maybe 4 or 5 yards. As the Titans are keeping the Dolphins in the game, man. Like, we cannot afford for – look at Tommy DeVito. Look at Tommy DeVito. Look at Tommy Cutlets, man. Look at Tommy. Oh, my God. That should have been a touchdown. I think that was Darius Slayton that messed up that touchdown. That should have been a Tommy touchdown. That should have been a TD touchdown. Are you kidding me, man? Look at Wandale messing up the. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, man. All right, hand off to Saquon. He's easily in there. Touchdown. That cutback from Tommy DeVito was nasty. That cutback from Tommy DeVito was just disgusting, man. Like, I didn't know he had that in him. I'm like, why is Tommy DeVito running that fast when he has not run that fast all game? Like, he had been getting chased down all game, and all of a sudden Tommy DeVito is cutting back and just like, really? And yeah, somebody just put out a tweet. They said Jaden Daniels would absolutely destroy in this offense. And yeah, he would. I mean, Jaden Daniels will be a monster in this offense. I think Justin Fields will be a monster in this offense. Yeah, he was a scrambler, but he just wasn't that fast. Not in the NFL. I mean, I've seen him run, and I didn't see that speed. You said there goes Drake May. Yeah, Tommy DeVito's not playing. He wants this job. He's like, I'm not giving this job up to anybody. Jaden Daniels will be a monster in this. Like, if we can get Jaden Daniels, I'm ecstatic. I'm super excited if we can get Jaden Daniels. Which is funny because like I was like super heavy on the Jaden Daniels move once we got him in LSU over from ASU. And like I was arguing with ASU fans on Twitter. They were telling me like you're gonna see he's horrible, blah blah blah. And I'm like, he's gonna be a monster for us. He's gonna dominate. And then he started off, and he was just he wasn't that good starting off. Where I was like, you're not getting the ball to Kayshon Boutte. I, I wasn't liking it. I didn't like it. So, but he eventually started playing better, and now he's a Heisman, man. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, Tommy DeVito's not tanking, man. Like, he's not tanking. Like, Tommy DeVito's not going to tank so he can get replaced. Like, Tommy DeVito's only shot at staying as a starter is Daniel Jones getting hurt and him coming back in next year, or Daniel Jones losing to him in training camp. And for that to happen, they can't draft a rookie. They have to be picking in like the 12 to 15 mark and just not draft a rookie. And that's what Tommy DeVito's trying to make happen. Yeah, they definitely never came back. They never came back. But anyway, yeah, I turned on Jaden Daniels because he wasn't getting the ball to my guys, but I came back around. Yeah, the Packers are just horrible. I mean, I don't know why they're trying so hard to lose this game. It always looks like the teams across from us are doing the tanking. Packers special teams coach is in shambles, man. Another end around. They should literally be running this all game long. There's no reason to stop. Like, I don't understand why they don't do it consistently. Run those reverses, throw the ball to the edge. You keep trying to get cute. You keep trying to do everything everything but the things that work. And it's not working out too well for you, is it? Like, think about it, man. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Talking Echo, like if he can legitimately beat the Eagles, that would make me like I don't care. I don't care about the tank at that point. Like I always want to beat the Eagles. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. And if he beat the Eagles, he will forever be a legend in my book because listen, Eli couldn't beat the Eagles consistently. Daniel Jones never can beat the Eagles. So I'm anybody can beat the Eagles. You're a legend in my book. I can't stand them. Like I literally had an Eagles fan. I watched an Eagles fan in like circa 2013 say that the Giants are garbage and they'll be garbage for years to come, and he was right. You realize how angry that makes me? Like I just can't stand the Eagles. Jordan Love just did something really goofy. Really goofy. Fierce for Vegan says, I didn't know how I felt coming to this game. I wanted to beat these whiny ass Packers. Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? Like the possibilities are always endless in this NFL, man. Like I just think realistically, Drake May and Caleb Williams are off the table, but Jaden Daniels, I think, can make a lot of noise in this offense. Look at Jordan Love just cut that thing, man. Like he threw a laser, and Deontay Banks was about a yard short of being able to catch that. I can't see if that was a clean drop or if he just couldn't get there in time. Because he looks upset like he should have had that. Oh, no, that's a clean drop. That's a clean drop. He should have caught that. Yeah, he just dropped it. But yeah, like even in a year where I want to tank and I want a higher pick, yeah, Gunner better call for that fair catch. The Giants are doing their job too on special teams. It's the battle of special teams today. Bobby McCain at his advanced age playing special teams. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're putting on their best. The Giants are tanking. I mean, that was just a goofy move, but that was a goofy move, man. 2nd and 5 coming up after that first down run. The Packers, if they don't get 7 out of here, man, like it's like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? If they don't get 7 here, they might not be able to win this game. Jordan Love is going to take off, and he's going to get sacked by Kayvon Thibodeau, 12 and a half. 12 and a half right there. 12 and a half sacks on the season by Thibodeau. Thomas McGay, he needs to get. Yeah, who cares about the spelling of that dude's name, man? Like, he got to go. They're like, it's not his fault. They're just making mistakes. Who do you think is supposed to make sure that they don't make mistakes, man? Like, 3rd and 10. Jordan Love is taking a shot, and that's going nowhere. The Packers stink. The Packers stink, man. Like, how did the Packers beat the Chiefs last year? Because the Chiefs don't have a good offense. But it's like, how did you beat them last week? I'm convinced that the league is I'm convinced that the I'm convinced that the league is conspiring to make sure we don't get those top two picks. Because there's no reason that they shouldn't be winning this game. Like, Jordan Love has been on fire. He's been doing his thing. They just beat the Chiefs last week. They're feeling themselves. If I'm not mistaken, like, didn't they beat the Chiefs last week? They put up 27 on that Chiefs defense. They put up 27 on that Chiefs defense. Jordan Love threw 3 touchdowns and threw for 267. AJ Dillon had 73 yards. The backup had 29 yards. Like, they put on a clinic. They routed the Chiefs pretty much. How are they in this? And this is what I'm saying. Like, unless these teams are purposely playing badly, then the Giants, they can't get the first pick because they're not the worst team in the league, because they continue to compete with all these teams that you think are at least like wild card level type of talent teams, or just below that. If we were the worst team in the league, this team should be stomping us. They should be stomping us out. And I need Kyler Murray to come up to show up for me, man. I need Kyler Murray to beat. Oh, man, you got the 49ers. Got the Bears. I need Kyler Murray to beat the Bears. The next week they play the Eagles. They're not winning that game. Oh, man. I need Kyler Murray to beat the Bears because he's not winning any of these other games. What a mess. What a mess. But the Packers stink, man. Like, they're not they're not a good team. And if they are, they're purposely losing. How are we in this game? If we're supposed to be so horrible, how are we in the game? The only thing that makes sense is, like I said, that the league has literally conspired to make sure that we don't get a top 2 pick. Like, make sure that the Giants don't do blah blah blah. Let's all make sure that Tommy DeVito looks good. Giants going a perfect amount a perfect number of games to not make the playoffs and to not get generational players in the draft. Yeah, it seems like it. Seems like it a lot, man. It seems like it. Look at DeVito throwing that dot. It seems like it, man. Yeah, like, I would love to get Michael Penix on this team. I would love for him to be on this team. First and 10, DeVito out in the empty set. The Giants are about to win this game soundly. I just can tell they're about to win this game. They're about to pull away. Yeah, but like I said, I would take Penix. I would take Jaden Daniels. We don't have to get a top 2 pick, and we can always trade up for one of these other guys. But I would take any of these guys. My problem is, like, these teams that are picking like 3-4 ahead of us. The Cardinals pick should be in play. I'm rooting for like the Cardinals to get the second or first overall pick, because if the Cardinals have that pick, don't the Bears have the Cardinals pick? They got the Panthers pick, as there's a false start right there. Let's see, NFL draft order. If the Cardinals have their pick, then they're a perfect trade partner. And there's a ton of them colleges. There's a ton of opportunity to draft one this year. Out of your top quarterbacks, the only one that's white is Drake May, and then you got JJ McCarthy there too. Tommy DeVito is going to get a half a yard there, so he's not going to get sacked. But you got Drake May, you got JJ McCarthy. You would have had Quinn Ewers, but yeah. Carolina. Arizona has a third overall pick. So as long as Arizona, if they lose out, they could possibly be picking top 2. Carolina could possibly be picking number 1. Not Carolina, but the Bears. They could possibly be picking number 1. So if the Giants are picking at number 8, or the Giants are picking at whatever, if they're picking at one of these, I think if they win today, they could be picking at 9. They could be picking at 10. This ain't good, man. They could be picking at 10 or 11 if they win today. But as long as the Giants find their way back in the top 10 and in the top 7 or 8, I think that they will be able to trade up to number 3 or number 1 or number 2, wherever the mix of the Bears and the Arizona Cardinals are. I think they can get into that mix. They can trade into that mix. Now, I think they will move on from Justin Fields. I think they would take Caleb Williams in a heartbeat at number 1. But there's a chance, and then there's also a chance that that Arizona would take one of these quarterbacks. But I also think that Arizona would possibly want to take a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. or just be open to trading. Now, if they want Marvin Harrison Jr., then we can't help them, because if we're picking at number 9 or number 8, we're not going to be able to be at a pick where they can get Marvin Harrison Jr. Devontae White on the sideline looked like he got hurt tackling Tommy DeVito. Who does Jaden Daniels remind me of? I don't even know what I would compare him to. I don't even know who I would compare him to. Some people have said Lamar Jackson. I mean, I don't know. I don't see Lamar. I mean, he has great. Okay, Bellinger, pick up this first down. He has great, like I said, he has great ball vision, like ball carrier vision or whatever you want to call it. He has great vision like Lamar Jackson does as a quarterback, but he's nowhere near the athlete that Lamar Jackson is. Lamar is good on the deep ball. He's good on the deep ball, but that's tough. That's tough. He's got great vision. Like I would say, that's a Lamar thing. Look at DeVito. He's just taking off. Like he's got much more confidence now. He looks faster. But yeah, I wouldn't. From the pocket, who does he remind me of? Yeah, he's got a great arm. He's not a rocket arm. He's not like Penix. Like he throws like lasers. Like Penix is going to be a guy that just impresses you with just like how fast the ball comes out and all of that stuff. Jaden Daniels is like a notch below that, but he can make every throw. Look at Breida making something happen. But yeah, he can make every throw. He can run. Let's see what some people are comparing him to as far as pros. Pro comp. Let's see if any of those make sense to me. As far as play style, I was gonna say Tyrod Taylor, and they compared him to Tyrod Taylor, and I would say, look at Breida, man. Look at Breida. Look at Breida. If only got to touch the ball sometimes. But I was gonna say Tyrod Taylor. That's what his play style reminds me of. Like a Tyrod Taylor with a higher ceiling. I think he's about as fast as Tyrod Taylor was, maybe about as fast. About as elusive. I would say he has a better arm than Tyrod Taylor. He's not going to make the stupid mistakes. So, yeah, I would say Tyrod Taylor is a good comp, but a better Tyrod Taylor, a much higher ceiling Tyrod Taylor. And that's where I see someone comparing him to. Flea flicker time. They're taking a shot. That's going to be – should have been intercepted. And they allowed that to be caught. The Packers are tanking. What's going on? Why are they allowing that to be caught? Why are they allowing that play to be run? There's no way that the Packers just let that happen. DeVito was trying to run a draw right there. Called his own number. It didn't work. That is nuts right there. I cannot believe they just let them run a flea flicker and come back. And just like he threw that in the double coverage, and they weren't able to do anything about it. Look at Saquon. I thought he might run that in. You got a 3rd and 4 coming up. Yeah, Wandale is kind of balling. He's had a couple of really nice catches, and he also got missed on an out route by DeVito in the first quarter. They're saying 3rd and 7. For some reason, I thought that this would be like a 3rd and 4 coming up. Shows what I know. All right, 3rd and 7. They got to snap this. There we go. DeVito's going to see if he can make something happen. Oh! Isaiah Hodgins in the back of the end zone. Oh, my God. That is a dot, man. Listen, I got to do it. That was ridiculous, man. That is ridiculous, man. This dude is Tommy DeVito good? I got a question, man. Is Tommy DeVito good? Like, is he good? Is he like a good quarterback? Like, I just want y'all to tell me, is Tommy DeVito a good quarterback? Or just like, what's going on? I had to drop my chair so I could do it without it getting cut off. What's going on? I just like how I got that excited about it, and Brian is just in the chat, just like say goodbye to any topic you got. He's just like fuming, like say goodbye to any top pick you have. Oh man, this is ridiculous, man. Like, why is Tommy DeVito doing this? Like, where did this dude come from? Where did this dude come from? Where did this dude even where did this dude even come from, man? Like, this dude is just something else, man. Like, he's running today, he's maneuvering in the pocket, he's not taking stupid sacks. Like, he's improving every single week. He's improving every single week. He's a local kid. I mean, I just don't understand how people could root against him. I don't think anybody's rooting against him. I think people are more just like, I want to lose so we can get a quarterback. But I don't know, man. Crazier stories have happened in the NFL. Crazier stories have happened in the NFL. I don't think that this is one of those stories where Tommy DeVito becomes the franchise quarterback, but crazier things have happened in the NFL. I would say that. Tommy DeVito's 12 for 15. Nothing crazy. 12 for 15, 99 yards. Nothing ridiculous. Like, he's not like completely just balling out of control, but he's got 70 yards. I mean, he's got 70 yards too, so crazy stuff. And that's a crazy throw and crazy catch from Hodgins. I just like to see Hodgins getting his shine back. Shout out to Joe Smo 84 for the 499. What is happening and why is this happening? I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's going on. I don't know how it's going on either. And this is right, man. Like, Tommy DeVito has 8 touchdowns this year. I think at this point, by the time he finishes this game, I think that's like right around the same amount of games that Daniel Jones played. And he's got 8 touchdowns and Daniel Jones had 2. So, like, let's deal with reality, folks. Let's deal with reality. And now the Packers are running their flea flicker, and it's going nowhere. That was ridiculously like that. The Packers tried to run a flea flicker, and it was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, man. I would if Tommy DeVito was actually a good quarterback, it would be so entertaining for this dude to be our quarterback. It would be so entertaining on a week-to-week basis. Just from like a media standpoint, like that would be so entertaining. A dude that like people are just saying like, yeah, it just be entertaining. Hand off to AJ Dillon. Good job by Jordan Love that last play to get the ball off. Tommy Cutlass, man. Third and 5 coming up. People are saying that Tommy DeVito is Italian Taylor Heineke. Oh man. Third and 5. Jordan Love has 2 people wide open and he hits one of them, and he's going to fall out of bounds here on third down as they trail by 8 points to a team that's just looked at as the laughing stock in the league. They're celebrating. Oh, that's a good nickname right here. I just saw somebody call Tommy DeVito the passing paisan. The passing paisan. That is hilarious, man. Like this dude being the Giants quarterback is like next level legendary stuff. Hand off to AJ Dillon. He's gonna push the power forward like a next extra 3-4 yards. Make it what 2nd and 4 now. This is crazy, man. As a collective, we agreed to tank. Listen, Tommy DeVito didn't agree to it. He didn't. Tommy Cutlass didn't agree to it. We're legitimately like it becomes like the point where it's like, again, I'm going to revisit this. We had the 2nd overall pick in October. Like, it's one thing if you're like the Jets were in 2020, where you were literally 0-15 or 0-14, 0-15, something like that, and then you win 2 games randomly. That's one thing. But the Giants are basically going to be a 5 or 6 win team, and that's not a team. A team that's going to pick first overall is not going to be winning 5-6 games. Because if they win today, then they should win against the Saints. So that's a 6 win team. That's not a first overall. It's not a good team at all, but it's not a first overall team. So it just wasn't going to happen. But again, you still should be in a situation where you can move up there to get Jaden Daniels or Penix. Like, you should be in that position to get one of those guys. And it's, it's hilarious too. There's there's somebody on Twitter that's just saying like Tyrod Taylor not starting is a joke, and Tommy Cutlets is putting it on people. I'm happy to see Isaiah Hodgins doing his thing though. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say that the team messed it up when they were in that spot in October. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if it was right now where the Giants had the 2nd overall pick, where there's like 5 weeks left, or even in 2 more weeks, if it was then, and then they like all of a sudden would rattle off some wins, that's one thing. But like, it's no difference than if we just had Daniel Jones in there and we won 6 games. Like, they just won the games. 2nd and 5 coming up here. Handoff, and they have just a ton of space here. They're in Giants territory. The Packers still have a great shot at winning this game. Like, they can just continue to run to the edge and throw the ball to the edge, but you already know they're going to do something to mess it up. You already know that's going to happen. Like, they get a turnover deep in our territory and they can't get a touchdown out of it. They fumble. The quarterback fumbles, and then the quarterback throws an interception. So, like, they have done everything to beat themselves. And that's Romeo Doubs get laid out by Dory Jackson just off of a love tap. But the Packers should win this game. Like, the Giants defense has not been able to stop their Achilles heel, which I say every week is just attacking the edges. And now, like, you attack the edges in the middle of the field opens, but they should still win. But we'll see, because the defense has been tightened up in the red zone. Romeo Doubs, 2 catches for 19 yards. Looks like he's had a Dory on him for the most part. Deontay Banks has been lined up on the 5th round rookie. But yeah, I mean, how many wins does this team win with Daniel Jones at the quarterback spot? How many wins? Because it looks like they're like 5-6 win team with Tyrod Taylor and Tommy DeVito out there. So how many wins are they with Daniel Jones? I think it's the same. I think it's the same, which is upsetting because it's like, hey, you paid to do $40 million. Giants got 21 points. Most they've scored at home this year, I think. This is ridiculous. Giants got the youngest starting defense. The Packers got the youngest starting offense. Jaden Reed tried to make something out of nothing on that reverse, but they end up losing like 3 yards. DeVito really exposing Jones, though. The other games were one thing, but this is nuts. Yeah. I mean, you never know. I mean, you could make the argument that Daniel Jones just had a really rough start to the season, and he would be in these games putting up like 4 touchdowns. But you haven't seen it, so you can't say it. So all I see is, this dude looks like the best quarterback play we've got this year has been from Tommy DeVito, from Tommy Cutlass, the undrafted free agent. That's the best production from quarterback we've gotten this year. Jordan Love trying to make something happen, throwing a dime, and he dropped it. Oh. Jordan Love should want to fight that dude. If I'm Jordan Love, I'm fighting that dude. I'm fighting that receiver if I'm Jordan Love. Like, you can't draw. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, what is this, amateur hour? 3rd and 11 coming up after Jordan Love, like, literally has like a highlight reel. Patrick Mahomes, ridiculous throw. Yeah, that receiver is not ready for prime time. Is Tommy Cutlass going to win a primetime game before Daniel Jones? Not before Daniel Jones, but is he going to win a primetime game and have a better record than Daniel Jones? I just need to make sure that what's his name, AJ Dillon, doesn't score because I'm playing against him this week. All right. Packers on 3rd and 11. Once again, the Giants defense doing a great job getting teams off the field on 3rd down, 22% today. And this is one of the best 3rd down teams in the entire NFL. Top 5. Let's see what they got. Jordan Love under pressure. Jordan Love is going down. Azeez Ojulari, welcome back. Dexter Lawrence sitting on the sack. I think that's like 4 on him. 4 in the year for Dexter Lawrence. Y'all vote for Dexter Lawrence to get to the Pro Bowl. Just go ahead and tweet out Dexter Lawrence Pro Bowl hashtag, whatever it is, man. Or go to the NFL site and vote for Dexter Lawrence because he's not getting enough votes. But that is a ridiculous play from him. And Azeez right there. Now it's a 45-yard attempt. It's time that the Packers kicker misses this, right? Like, he should miss it. Yeah, he missed it. Yeah, the Packers stink. Like, they're bad, man. Like, the Packers are bad. They're not good. They're not good. They're about to lose. They're about to lose like a 2-possession game. Like, the Packers are going to lose by 14 to the Giants. they're at least going to lose by 10. The Packers are legit about to lose a 2-possession game. This is like ridiculous, man. Like, we definitely are not getting those top 2 quarterbacks because this game is wrapped up because the Packers stink. The Saints also stink. And then you just got the Eagles. The Rams is a toss-up because sometimes the Rams are like the best team in the league, and sometimes the Rams are the worst team in the league. We're not beating the Eagles either time, but who knows with Tommy Cutlass, anything is possible. There's no playoffs. There's no playoffs agenda. 0.2%. I mean, man. I mean, I guess if they won out, they will be at 9 wins. If they won, that would be ridiculous, man. If Tommy DeVito, that would be like one of the great stories ever. Like if Tommy DeVito came in here and won out, that would mean he won like what, 7 straight games or something. That would mean he won 7 straight games and got the Giants to the playoffs. I'm not saying that this is going to happen at all. I'm just saying, like, for that to happen, that would be an all-time crazy story. Like, that would be an all-time crazy story. Hometown kid, undrafted free agent. Man. If Tommy Cutlass beats the Eagles twice, he got to be the starter next year. You keep putting partial sarcasm in the thing, but if he sweeps the Eagles, that's crazy because they're trying at least one of them games. And if the Eagles lose the first game, then they're definitely trying the second one because they need to hold on to that number 1 seed. 99 passing yards for DeVito, 71 rushing yards. They're in the Wildcat. DeVito's out playing wide receiver. Saquon is in at quarterback. Saquon is trying to cut back, and he's going to lose a half a yard. They're showing the Dolphins in the red zone. Just get it over with. We know the Dolphins are going to win. Like, we know the Dolphins are going to win. Tua literally just tripped over himself. Hopefully he's not hurt. Dolphins are going to kick a field goal and tie it. I don't know what's going on with the Dolphins. The Dolphins are like the best, worst team in the league. DeVito out there by himself, 2nd and 10, 2nd and a long 10. Decent protection. He's throwing a rocket, 8-yard strike to Bellinger. So this will make this a 3rd and 3, I'm pretty sure. Or 3rd and long 2. So a 3rd and 4, they're making it. And they're showing the Dolphins kicking this field goal right down the middle. So it's a tie game for the Dolphins and Titans. Tommy DeVito is still 13 for 16 with a drop, mind you. Could be 14 for 16. Crazy stuff, man. 3rd and 4. This is a big play in the game. If we can convert this, the game's over. And that play was late. And DeVito's is going to throw that away. Yeah, that play was definitely late getting off, but they let him run it, and the Giants will punt. Because DeVito, I mean, listen, like, DeVito is... DeVito has about 160 yards of offense. So it's not like he's like tearing his defense up. It's just they're just so bad, man. What a beautiful punt by Gillen. Coverage is actually decent too. But yeah, man, this is some crazy stuff. I wonder if the Giants can manage to lose this game. If they can manage to lose this game, they can manage to lose any game. That would give us the faith that we could possibly have one of those top two quarterbacks. But we all know the Giants can't have nice things. So I'm just enjoying the ride because I already know there were some shenanigans going on. The second that I started to believe that we could get a top two pick or the number one pick, and I was like, yeah, we deserve it. Yeah, we deserve it. At that point, I knew it was over. At that point, I knew it was over. Because, like, if we deserve it as Giants fans, we're not going to get it. We're not getting it. Like, there's no way we're getting it. But yeah, I think that is going back to what I was saying like 20 minutes ago. I think that the Tyrod Taylor comp is a good comp for Jaden Daniels with the higher ceiling. Let's see what this other site is comparing him to. Let's see. Let's see. They don't have him compared to anybody on this first site. Yeah, some people are saying Lamar Jackson, some people are saying Tyrod Taylor, but I think Tyrod is um, a better comp because I think as far as athleticism, he's around Tyrod Taylor. Except I think he has a better arm than Tyrod Taylor, and obviously he's bigger than Tyrod Taylor. But at the same time, he's also sort of slight, and he doesn't run with the power that Lamar Jackson runs with, which is crazy because Lamar isn't a huge quarterback, but he runs with power and he uses his weight well. McKinney giving away that blitz right there. Jordan Love taking a shot. And the tight end's got that, and he's breaking the tackle, and he breaks another one. He's across midfield. That was way too easy. Way too easy right there. They picked up the blitz perfectly. They knew where the blitz was coming from because McKinney gave it away. So they already knew where the hole was in the defense. McKinney is there's one safety back. The other safety is late rotating. Flott was the safety that was rotating. Not the safety, but he was filling a spot that safety would have had. He was late. And of course, 170-pound Cordell Flott is not tackling that huge man. Oh, no, that's a bad look. Cordell Flott back to back getting embarrassed. Cordell Flott got put on his butt. But Tommy Cutlets is Linsanity 2.0. Yeah, I mean, you got to wait for the other for the other shoe to drop. You got to wait for him to fall off for it to be Linsanity. But I mean, it's not like he's doing anything ridiculous so far. He's had one good game and then some decent games in there. I would say today is a good to decent to good game, but it's not like he's had like it's not like he's today throwing 2-3 touchdowns. But I would say he's had good drives on all of the touchdown drives, so that counts for something. First and 10. Jordan Love back and the shotgun, letting it fly. They got to get this dude down on the ground. They're picking on Cordell Flat for now. Second and 5 coming up for the Packers. Another end around, and Azeez Ojulari actually shuts it down, keeps contained, and they lose about 6 yards right there. So they're actually clamping down the edges somewhat, at least on that play. And they're going to hurry up. So this will be 3rd and 10. Cordell Flat in the slot. Adoree on the outside. Looks like man coverage across the board. Adoree's got to get back to his man, but this is on. This is on all the way. Jordan Love taking a shot. He's beat. Nice play by Deonte Banks to get his hand in there. Deonte Banks looks so serious. And this time the Packers kicked the field goal right down the middle. So 16-21. All in the Giants offense to put this game away if they want. Packers might get another shot at it for a walk-off touchdown. But Deonte Banks makes sure that they don't tie up the game right there. Deonte Banks is second in pass defense. I mean, I think Deonte Banks is overall going to be a good player. He's kind of struggled with the second half of the season, but I think he's going to be a good player. I think he's going to be a Pro Bowl level corner. You know, he might not get the credit just because that just happens at that position because there's so many good corners, but I think he'll be a Pro Bowl level kind of corner, even though the Pro Bowl doesn't mean anything anymore. Oh, man. It's not a snooze over game anymore, but listen, man, it's late. People got work to go to. That is, man. This is crazy stuff. Tommy DeVito has the chance to put this game away here. Hand off to Saquon. Saquon with a head full of steam is going to pick up 7.5, 8 yards here. About 7 yards. Yeah, the Pro Bowl is just done. I mean, they stopped doing the AFC versus NFC because they stopped tackling, and it just became just like a friendship bowl. But it's just become a complete joke. Oh, Saquon's gonna put this game away. Yeah, Saquon is gonna put this game away. That's it. That's it. That's you can go ahead and cancel Christmas. Saquon is gonna put the game away. Especially when this offensive line is blocking like this. Yeah. Look at JMS picking up that block, sealing that guy off. Yeah, he's gonna put the game away. That's one thing Saquon is kind of proven, this year is like he can close out games. He's closing out games running the football. Another carry. Making something else happen. Saquon to the outside. Saquon making the dude miss. Saquon on the other sideline, man. Did he drop the ball? Are they counting that as a flag? Are they counting that as a fumble, or what's going on? Let's see. Let's see. Is that a fumble or what happened? Yeah, Saquon fumbled that ball. Listen, Saquon just tanked for y'all. He's just tanked for y'all. Saquon just tanked for y'all, so y'all can't be mad, man. Saquon is tanking for y'all. That's a fumble, Brian. Nobody touched him, Brian. You can't just. It's not college. You gotta be touched by somebody for that not to be a fumble. And the guy jumped over him because he didn't want to trip over him. So that's a clean fumble, as clean as it gets. First and 10. All right. AJ Dillon. He's getting the carries. This is perfect time for the Packers to swoop in and pick up a victory. Let's see if they got it in them, though. Another carry by AJ Dillon. He's going to be this close to a first down. Maybe they give it to him, maybe not. Yeah, they're gonna say he's short still. So this will be 3rd and inches. But yeah, that was a clear cut fumble right there. Nobody touched him. He hit the ground. The ball popped out. So it is what it is right there. But like I said, this is perfect time. This is perfect. This is a perfect chance. Either way, I feel like I win because I either see like a heroic comeback from Tommy DeVito, which would be like big time television, or the Giants lose and they can get one of these quarterbacks, man. Like this is what I would have stayed up for. Like this is a reason to stay up and see this game. Brian, how are you mad at us losing and you're mad at us winning? Can you leave this? I guess there's no way you could leave the game happy. But how are you mad at us losing and mad at us winning? Every time we start playing bad, you get mad, and every time we start playing good, you get mad. But yeah, like I said, to me, this is a win-win situation because either we secure the pick, we secure one more loss, so that's going to help us out. We either do that, or we get to see a heroic Tommy DeVito, Tommy. I was going to say Tommy football. I don't want to do that to him. Tommy Cutlets comeback win. But yeah, I mean, I don't care either way about what happens with this team. Like again, like in my head, the season has ended, and like whatever they do, it's just picking draft order, and they get a high draft pick. If not, I mean, it is what it is. If Saquon fumbles, if Saquon doesn't fumble, if he puts the game away and wins, I'll cheer. If he fumbles and doesn't win, I'll be happy because we're getting a higher pick. So the Packers, you literally are being handed this on a silver platter to not mess it up. Like you literally are being handed this game for you to keep your wild card hopes alive. You're being handed this football game. Like you're being handed this football game, Packers. Can you secure it? You got 2 minutes left. You got what? 16 yards ago? Handle your business. Handle your business. Handle your business, Jordan Love. Handle your business. Handle your business. He didn't catch that in bounds. I didn't even get excited. He didn't catch that in bounds. Listen, Jordan Love, you got 1 minute and 55 seconds. All right, 3rd and 4. It's time to handle it. Listen, you don't even have to go for the touchdown. Just get the first down. They're handing you this game on a silver platter. They're handing you this game on a silver platter. They're handing you the game on a silver platter. There you go. Get out of bounds. 1 minute 50 left. This is the type of game I want to see. I don't want to see the Giants defense get a stop here. That's the most boring outcome as possible. Like that's the most boring outcome you could possibly have. Unless it's a player I specifically like making a huge play, like unless it's Deontay Banks getting the pick six or Thibodeau doing something or anybody making a huge play. But if it's just getting a stop and then the Giants kneeling it out, that's boring, man. I don't want to see that. I want to see a touchdown here, and then I want to see what Tommy DeVito can do. Look at Jordan Love, man. He's an idiot. I want to see a touchdown here, and I want to see Tommy DeVito get the ball back and win. And if he doesn't, we get the loss. This is simple mathematics, man. It's simple mathematics. Giants had to use all their timeouts. You got 1:39 left. Saquon is sick on the sideline. I feel bad for him. He's actually trying to win the game. He cares about this a lot more than I do. But, I mean, it is what it is. He shouldn't have fumbled the ball if he wanted to win. Hindsight's 2020. He didn't do it on purpose, but it is what it is, man. And y'all should have tackled the dude after he picked that ball up because y'all let him return it like 40 yards. And it's disgusting that there's so many Green Bay fans in this stadium. 142 left. Jordan Love, I need you to put the ball in the end zone. If you want it, listen, they are handing you the football game. We can have Drake May suited up and on this team, and like Jordan Love is about to do something stupid. Jordan Love's about. Oh my! Why are you dropping the football, Romeo Dobbs? That's a touchdown. That looks like a touchdown right there. He caught it, put 2 feet down. I mean, that's a touchdown. What is he? What else does he have to do? What? Okay. Hey, whatever. Whatever. That looks like a touchdown to me. Like to me, that's a touchdown. That should be the game-winning touchdown. Unless Tommy DeVito pulls some Tommy DeVito magic, and I'm pretty sure he would need a touchdown. They're saying it stands, so they're saying it's a drop. Okay, okay. All right, third and goal coming up. Jordan Love and the shotgun. Listen, man, like just throw the ball in the end zone, man. I don't need the defense getting a stop. That's who cares about the defense getting a boring stop here. That should be a touchdown. That should be a touchdown. There you go. That's a touchdown. All right. Okay. So let's see what Tommy DeVito has, or let's see who's Malik Heath. They literally are throwing to nobodies. But let's see. Yeah, that's a touchdown, clear as day. But let's see what's the name. Let's see what Tommy DeVito has. If he comes back and wins, that will be epic. If he doesn't, we get the pick. All right, so they have to go for two to make this a field goal game. Yeah, I mean it was Saquon. He fumbled the ball. he he fumbled the football and he secured the loss. But again, there's 130 left. We got two timeouts. This could get this could man. This could go either way. He's not getting in the end zone. So field goal wins this game. The Giants have a minute 30, two timeouts. Tommy Cutlass is on the clock. Down by 2. Let's see. Let's see if Tommy DeVito has it in him. Let's see if he got that clutch gene in him. He seems like the type of dude that has that clutch gene in him. That's what he seems like. Like he seems like that type of dude that would come back. But again, like if he comes back, it's just gonna be like a great story. If he doesn't come back, we get the picks, man. We get a higher pick than we would have gotten if we win this game. So I'm on cloud 9. This is like the best thing that could have ever happened. This is the best thing that could have ever happened. Either Tommy DeVito continues to be a star, or we get a higher pick. They're gonna kick this deep. All right, it'll go in the end zone. Boom. Let's get it. The gang's all here. You got Hyatt in there. You got Wandale. You got Slayton. Not sure if all of them are on the field right now, but all of them are healthy. DeVito's had decent protection. He's had decent protection most of the day. Hasn't had bad protection. Hasn't had great protection, but he's had decent to good protection on most snaps. He's taken 1 sack, but he's done a good job manipulating. So here we go. He's going to let it fly, let it loose on that first play. They're going to have to hurry up. 127, 126. They got to get to the line. Quick first throw to pick up 5. So not bad. They're making good pace. DeVito throwing it short again. Saquon's going to pick up this first down. I would take the first time out, but I guess not, because Dable is not good managing the clock. So listen, everybody wants to tank. You got a coach that's tanking because he can't manage the clock. Another throw to the outside. Darius Slayton's got to get out of bounds, and he does. So you got 49 seconds, 2nd and 1. DeVito's just kind of just letting these little throws loose, letting these underneath throws loose. The Packers are playing like we need a touchdown and not like we need a field goal. We're going to be coming up on the field goal range pretty soon. I don't trust Randy Bullock to kick anything over 48 yards. So we're going to actually have to get deep into their territory to do it. Tommy DeVito taking a shot. Tommy DeVito. That's something else. That's something else. I'll just say that's something else, man. That's something else. That is something else right there. That's something else. That's something else. I've never been in this situation before where like I'm mad that we're winning the game, but I'm happy at the same time. Like how does this work, man? Like that's crazy, man. I'm honestly speechless. I'm honestly speechless right here. Like I'm honestly speechless. This is ridiculous, man. Like this is some crazy stuff. Like the only way we lose is if Randy Bullock is a bad kicker, and Randy Bullock is a bad kicker. Randy Bullock is a bad kicker. So it's possible that Randy Bullock loses the game. So that's possible. So should I root for Randy Bullock to miss the field goal, knowing that Tommy DeVito brought his team back so he gets the brownie points for that, and I can still celebrate Tommy's greatness? But I can also say, like, we lost the game, so we get a higher pick because Randy Bullock stinks. Third and 9 coming up for the Giants. Another handoff to Saquon. And they're going to kick the field goal. That's crazy, man. Randy Bullock is 7 for 13 and lead changing field goals in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter overtime. All right, Randy Bullock, what you got? Does the Tommy DeVito legend continue? Does the DeVito does it continue, or does it stop here? Randy Bullock right down the middle. Tommy DeVito wins. Tommy DeVito does it again, man. Oh man, I don't know what to say. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like, this is incredibly exciting. Oh man. Oh man. Brian, what are you were mad we were losing. And now you're mad we're winning too, man. Oh. I don't know. Well, yeah, we can't. Well, it's not zero, Sean. We can always trade up, like I said. But as far as us not having to trade up for him, yeah, that's done. Like, this dude's got balls of steel. This dude is made of ice. Like, Tommy DeVito. It's like, I could just imagine Tommy DeVito being horrible next year, like being like the worst player to ever step on the field. After Tommy DeVito comes out here and like prevents us from getting the first or second pick, I can just picture this dude coming out here and just being the worst to ever do it next year. Like getting a chance next year, like beating Daniel Jones for the job and just looking horrible. I can just picture that. I can just picture that happening, just looking horrible. After making us lose out on the pick, just being terrible, man. This is nuts, man. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, first of all, I'm not gonna stay here too long. I got to record my post game. I'm gonna record it as always on stream. But this is just something else, man. Like, let me get to recording this. Like I said, I'll stay on screen on. I said on screen on stream as I record it, but I'm gonna get straight to it. Let's see. What's going on, YouTube? We've just we've just seen history. We've just seen history. Um, what's going on? What's going on? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. You all don't know what's going on. Tommy Cutlets. Tommy Cutlets. I might have to get rid of this background and just put just a picture, just a Tommy Cutlets, and just like a picture of him and like his Giants uniform there, and then like a statue of Tommy Cutlets. I think I saw like where they just made like a statue of him on the other side because this dude. Now today he had 17 for 21. Nothing crazy, 158 yards, but he also added in 71 yards rushing, so about 220 yards total. A touchdown. Saquon ran one in where he should have had a rushing touchdown, but Saquon ran it in from the one. This is just like becoming a very difficult struggle on a week-to-week basis. Like, we want the Giants to be in position to take Caleb Williams or take Drake May, and that part is pretty much out of. We're not getting the second pick with 5 wins. That's not happening. We're not getting the second. We're not getting the second pick. It's just not going to happen. There's zero shot of that happening with 5 wins. If we're going to do it, it has to be to trade up now. But we at least want a shot at Jaden Daniels too. And now it seems like we're going to be like picking like 11 or 12 because this dude, Tommy DeVito, is a machine. He's like a machine. I don't know where he came from. I mean, I swear to you, I don't know where this dude, he just showed up. He looked horrible to start. He looked decent in the preseason, but then he looked horrible when he got into actual games. And then all of a sudden, he's just not making mistakes. He's hitting the right guys. He's not taking crazy risks today. The Packers are probably the best team he's played so far. But he just came out and did his thing. And my computer's having a conniption, so excuse the fan that you hear in the background if you hear that. But he just came out and did his thing. He was trailing with 1:33, 2 timeouts left. He went right down the field. 3-4 passes. He was 4 for 4. Like 4 for 4. He was like Wendy's a 4 for 4. 4. He went straight down the field. And just like the crazy thing is I expected it. Like Like Saquon fumbles the ball. I'm like, Jordan Love, like, you can't mess this up. Like, score. Like, because I'm at the point in the season where I'm like, I want the Giants to win. Like, that's just like my natural psyche. Like, I always want the Giants to win, but I don't mind them losing. And I say that to mean like at that point in the game, I'm like, okay, the Giants have given me a great game today. Like, I've gotten to see a good game today. We were there until the end of it. I'll just let Saquon's fumble be the reason that we lost the game. And we could have won the game, and Tommy DeVito played decent. He played good. So it was a fun game to watch. Now let's just let Jordan Love ice the game and win the game for him. But no, not only did Jordan Love throw that touchdown and take the lead, Tommy DeVito gets this ball and goes straight down the field. Like, you can't make this up. 4 straight passes right down the field. Shout out to Wan'Dale Robinson, who's always open. I've been calling this, man. Like, I don't know what I've been saying on my channel, but I've been saying it on Twitter. And I just have felt like Wan'Dale Robinson is a guy. He's a guy. He makes things happen. He's always open. You can use him as a runner. He had 36 yards rushing today, 79 yards receiving, 7 targets, 6 catches, high percentage, a couple of nice catches on the sideline, 32 yards on his long. Came back and got the ball. Came back to the football and got the ball on the flea flicker where DeVito threw it in a double coverage. And Wan'Dale Robinson came back and snagged that football out of the air. Dude is balling. Isaiah Hodgins, 2 really good catches, only 22 yards. Of course, he showed up as that red zone threat again. Caught the ball in the back corner of the end zone, toe tap. That's what he's here for. Isaiah Hodgins needs to play more. He's a good player. I understand you want to get these other guys touches, but Isaiah Hodgins is a good player, man. Let him play. Jalen Hyatt caught a pass underneath, dropped another pass underneath, didn't do much. I would say they probably were playing over the top, and that's kind of why we didn't take those shots to him. But we got the shot to Wan'Dale Robinson, so nothing crazy there. If you look at the overall game, the Giants lost time of possession by 3 minutes. We won in total yards, 367, 209 passing yards. 209 rushing yards, which probably really was the reason we won the game. Both around, we had 18 first downs. They had 19, so nothing crazy there. 2 turnovers for us, 3 turnovers for them. Horrible turnovers, like poor execution from both sides. None of those turnovers should have happened. Thibodeau got a sack. Dex and Aziz got a sack, so that was fun to see. Deonte Banks had a beautiful pass breakup in the end zone. So I would say for the most part, everybody kind of played okay. Everybody played well. Saquon had a good game, but he also almost fumbled the game away. And it's like, okay, I'm like, Saquon must want Drake May or Caleb Williams or one of those guys because he's just fumbling the ball. But Tommy Cutlass got the ball back. Like Tommy Cutlass he got the ball back and he went straight down the field. And it's like, again, should I be excited about this? Knowing that this puts the nail in the coffin, you're at least not sitting at number 2 and taking Drake May. You're going to have to make moves to move up to number 2 to get that quarterback or move up to number 1, however you got to do it. But 5 wins is a lot of wins compared to what a lot of people thought we would have. I think a discussion needs to be had to just say, like, listen, this dude looks better than what we've had at quarterback this entire season. Now, yes, his protection's been a little better, but overall, he looks better than what we've had this entire season at quarterback. I'm sure some thought is going to be put into it. Like, is this a guy that's going to be your franchise quarterback? It's way too early to say that. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback, but I think he's 100,000% earned a backup spot. Like, he has to be your backup quarterback going forward. You're not going to pay Tyrod. He's still on his rookie deal. I don't know how many years he has on it, but I think he secures that backup spot 100%. Other than that, man, like, and people are in the chat, they're saying you play to win. 100%, you play to win it. And by the way, I'm streaming as I'm recording this video. You play to win the game, which is like this is the first win I've ever had as a Giants fan where I'm conflicted because, like I said, that just puts the final nail in the coffin. But at the same time, I'm happy to have seen it. I'm happy to have seen an entertaining game. But listen, that part is out the window. That part is out the window. We're not getting the top 2 picks. So if we're picking one of those 2 top guys, it's because we're giving up our 2 seconds. We're probably giving up next year's 1, and we're probably giving up a 3 next year or something else like that. I have no problem with making those trades. I have no problem with us trying to get Jaden Daniels either. So it is what it is. Overall, like I said, I mean, good game. The Packers beat themselves a lot today, but we also did too. So I can't even say like it's because the Packers turned the ball over 3 times because we turned it over twice. And we turned the ball over deep in our own territory, and we held them to 3. So, again, how do you expect your team to get the number 1 or number 2 pick when they're just not the bottom 2 worst teams in the league? They're not. It's just not. That's just not the reality of the team. The coaching is just good enough. The players are just good enough to be at a 6-7 win team, and that's just the reality of it. You aren't the worst team in the league. You're not good enough to beat the class of your division and the class of the NFC. So you're in a pickle. So we're going to have to make some moves if you want to go get that franchise quarterback. But in the meantime, guys, enjoy the Tommy Cutlass stuff, man. Like, dude is balling out. And shout out to you for getting your first primetime win, Tommy DeVito. took Daniel Jones forever to do it. Daniel Jones is kind of shrunk in prime time, to be honest. He's had some horrible games. He had some stinkers in prime time. He's also just had just bad luck in prime time, but most of the time there's been a couple of stinkers. But yeah, I mean, this is where I'll leave it. Congrats to Tommy DeVito for getting his first prime time win. You got to be happy for the dude. Local kid comes out, just falls into a starting position, and just balls out, man. Like you got to be happy for him. So you guys, let me know what you're thinking of this win. I know a lot of people are going to be very upset at this last win that pretty much disqualifies us from being there. And more wins are only going to, like I said, put us outside of that top 10. So let me know what you're thinking, guys, in the comments. All right, so that's my post game. I saw a super chat pop into here. Shout out to Joe Smo. Hopefully you're still in here. He says, Giants did everything to lose, but Green Bay didn't want to win. Exactly. We tried to give them the game. We fumbled the ball late in that game on that punt return. We muffed the punt. They couldn't get in the end zone. The guy was behind Deonte Banks to get into that end zone, and the ball got underthrown, and the ball was late, to be honest with you, because Deonte Banks was beat. The ball was late and underthrown. That goes away. And then on top of that, the nail in the coffin is like Saquon Barkley fumbles the ball. He gives you the ball, and they let you return it for 40 yards. And they get in the end zone. Your defense got to stand up against the undrafted free agent. You got to stand up, and he couldn't. So yeah, Green Bay just really fell off, man. Paris Campbell, I forgot dude was on the team. I forgot he was on the team, man. Yeah, that was a disappointment. I thought he would be a lot better than he was, to be honest. But guys, like I said, it's going on midnight now. So I'm gonna wrap this stream up. I say it every week. I usually get one video out. Hopefully I can get more than one video out. But shout out to y'all for sticking in this chat. Shout out to the 7, 8, 9, 10 people that stayed in this chat the whole time. I know we got 24 now, which I expected. People usually come in after the games, but shout out to the folks that were here most of the stream. Because I shout out to anybody, again, like anybody that's watching Giants football and watching Giants content creators at this point in the season. Yeah, shout out to all of y'all. And I want to wrap this stream up because I haven't gotten to make a video about it, and I just haven't gotten to talk about it over here on this channel. I have on Twitter, but also I just want to say a quick I'm sending out well wishes to Pest the Analyst. Anybody that hasn't subbed to his channel, go over and give his channel a sub. He sadly passed away about a week and a half ago, and I just want to send well wishes to his family and let anybody in this stream that hasn't found out about that yet know to send well wishes to his family and pray for his family. And I just wanted to give my condolences on the actual channel. And Pest was a pleasure to know. He was a pleasure to work with. And he was an all-around good dude. You won't find somebody that can say anything bad about him. So I wanted to wrap that up. I didn't want to make a whole video posting the man and everything like that. So I'm going to wrap the stream up like that. You guys go sub over to his channel. He loved Giants football. He loved talking about the team. And he loved the content he produced. So go over there, consume that content, subscribe to him. And Giants are undefeated, man. Giants are undefeated this past month. So shout out to everybody that stuck in here. And have a nice night.